The eyes of the region and the eyes of the country have settled upon Indianapolis here today. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Game Day in the Region on the Region Sports Network as Enigenberg Exteriors presents the 2024 Indiana High School Class 2A Baseball State Championship, streaming live on the World Web at regionsports.com, facebook.com/regionsports, Region Sports YouTube, Instagram, and on the IHSAA Champions Network. We come to you today from Victory Field in beautiful Indianapolis, home of the Indianapolis Indians, as the Illiana Christian Vikings are taking on the Providence Pioneers for the Class 2A Baseball State Championship. Michael Brenner here on site, along with my guy, the coach, Doug Nelson. Coach, always great to be with you, especially on a championship Saturday.
Absolutely. Beautiful day to here today. Beautiful facility. This is the goal line. You know, this is when you start working out in the fall and making plans and making goals and hitting the weights, and this is your why. You know, this is your championship game, and we're lucky to have a couple of region teams here today, and we're hoping for a good one.
We've already got the North off to a good start with New Prairie winning the 3A state championship yesterday, so congratulations to Coach Schellinger and the Cougars of New Prairie getting the 3A state championship, and we're going to crown 2A and 4A here today in a doubleheader from Victory Field and right here on the Region Sports Network. As Doug said, it is an absolutely glorious day, and it's not a cliche when I say that. It is absolutely beautiful for baseball here today, and one of the best venues you can come and watch a game. You got so many of the Indianapolis skyline, and I said that the eyes of the country are on Indianapolis this weekend. You got so much going on in downtown Indianapolis this entire weekend. You got the Olympic swimming trials taking place as well. But yeah, like you said, Doug, I mean, this is the why. This is what everybody works for, and that's a state championship. And for a school like Illiana, for most schools, getting here once would be a miracle. Getting here 3 times in a row and winning 2 of those times and a chance to win a third, that just doesn't happen.
Man, it's a bit unheard of, and especially for a small school. But Coach Vanderwood's done a great job of keeping guys together. In order to make those runs, you got to have you got to have some talent, you got to have some health, and you got to have some luck. It takes all 3 and probably other things. But what a run they've had here the last 3 years, and congratulations to them. This is just icing on the cake.
Yeah, it has been an incredible run, and it's been with so many different individuals as well. I kind of got a chance to talk to some of the guys, and yeah, every team's a little bit different that comes up with this win, but overall it's the same philosophy year in and year out with this Illiana Christian team just doing their job. And I had a chance to talk to Coach Vanderwood just a little bit before the game. He goes, we're going to go out there and do our thing. This is it. Let's do it. So they're warming up on the field right now. We've got a great location. We're kind of outside in Victory Field here, so we're feeling the elements along with these guys. Probably not as warm as we're sitting compared to what they're dealing with down there on the field, but still glorious conditions. Yeah, a three-peat, and we were kind of talking a little bit before the game as well, Doug. Yeah, you got Illiana that's looking for their 20th consecutive IHSAA tournament win. So they're going all the way back to 2022. They've won every one of their tournament games, 19 in a row, looking for 20, and continuing that on here today. That's pretty incredible in itself as well.
Again, especially baseball is one of those sports where you're outside, and there's just so many factors. You know what I mean? And like I said about health, and they've gone through that. They've lost some guys with injuries, but at the regional level, we had a rainy day in Gary. Mm-hmm. Remember that? And
yep.
Those are the factors that could cause a team to slip up and maybe end their journey. But again, what a great job by Coach and his staff to keep the boys focused, and it just shows even more how impressive this run is.
So to get to this point here today, this season, they had to beat the likes of Bishop Knoll, Whiting, and North Newton in their sectional, Wheeler in that regional championship, Madison Grant and Rochester last weekend over in semi-state, and then today they will face Providence, who has a pretty impressive resume all on their own. We'll talk about them throughout the broadcast as well, but they've got a pretty impressive tournament resume as well, winning state championships in 2016 and then 2020 2021 as well. So they're no strangers. They're the second-ranked Providence team, making the third state finals appearance and second in 4 years. So not too shabby.
Again, it's just the baseball. It's funny how the cream rises to the top. It's all. I'm not going to say always, but you the same names pop up: the Penns, the Jaspers, the Laportes, the Andrean. Illiana Christian. Washington Township had a great run during right around the COVID time. So it's funny how the same names keep showing up.
And for me, and you talk about those names, the same names popping up over and over again. The funny thing, or the interesting thing for me for Illiana, is they haven't been a school in the IHSAA for that long. I mean, their first year in the IHSAA, 2018, and not even able to qualify to be in the state tournament until 2021, and then all of a sudden it's just taken off like gangbusters from there. When you think about it, that's even more impressive.
Yeah, as a coach, we kind of knew. We kind of thought, oh, here comes a new team. And not to say they're comparable to Andrean quite yet because of the long-term success that Coach Pischker and his staff has had. But, we thought, oh, they're going to bring some guys from Illinois, and then we went and played there, and the facilities are amazing, beautiful. They have all the resources. So they've given their kids every opportunity to do well, and they're taking full advantage of that.
We would like to remind you that coverage of today's state championship game is presented by Ennigenberg Exteriors, experienced roofing and siding contractors serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee. Call 219-365-2837 or visit them on the web at ebergexteriors.com. All right, let's take a quick timeout for just a moment. We'll come back here in just a little bit. We got first pitch coming up, and we'll introduce the starting lineups on the other side of this break. You are listening to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With 40 years of experience serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee, Ennigenberg Exteriors has only had one goal in mind: to achieve excellent customer service. From commercial and residential roofing to siding, window, and door replacement, Ennigenberg Exteriors delivers 110% customer satisfaction from the first hello to the final walkthrough. Visit Ennigenberg.com for more information or give them a call at 219-365-2837. Ennigenberg Exteriors, restoring hope one project at a time.
When life takes you places and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strack & Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use, and it can save you time and money. Once your order is in, our own Strack & Van Til team preps your order with care. For delivery or pickup, enjoy the convenience of letting our to-go team shop for you. Enjoy your special moments. Sign up online today at shop.strackandvantil.com.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
Welcome back as Ennigenberg Exteriors presents RSN Game Day coverage of the Indiana High School Baseball State Championship right here on the Region Sports Network. Ennigenberg Exteriors, experienced roofing and siding contractors serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee. Visit them on the web at ebergexteriors.com. And that's Berg with a U, not with an E. So just making sure we get that out of the way, but we're getting set here for a state championship. Two of them, in fact. We got a doubleheader because, why not play two when you're at a gorgeous field like Victory Field in downtown Indianapolis. So we mentioned a lot of things going on in Indy this weekend. I've There was a concert last night. I was sitting here watching New Prairie play. We could hear a whole concert going on behind us at the River Theater over there behind us. And then, actually, I'll have to show you a video, Doug. There was a little fireworks display that took place over here. Not sure what was going on over there. But
yeah, I saw that. I was watching the game last night on the IGSA network and watching New Prairie and saw the fireworks show. Just a great town, great city. You know, my son moved down this way. He kicked my butt in golf this morning. Kale, thanks for the early Father's Day gift. Just always things going on, and really a beautiful city to be around. Just it's booming too. It's exploding right now.
It is. There's so many things that are going on here. I mean, obviously you've had Final Fours, you've had Super Bowls, so many different things going on around Indianapolis as our colleagues are having some fun with us as well here in the press row.
Yeah, Coach Jennings brought the Griffith Panthers down here. They was state runner-up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great guy, great baseball guy.
He is a great individual as well, helping share some notes with us as well. Some little nuggets that they find and pronunciations as well. So just kind of getting set here. The teams are kind of mulling about here. They're fixing the field a little bit, putting some water down on that dirt. You'll be able to answer this question as a coach. What is the benefits of having the water on the dirt to make it harder, make it bouncier?
No, it actually softens it up. You don't want it dry.
Okay,
it'll get dusty.
Right. Yep.
And that's hard to play in, and it creates the bad spots and the rough spots. But they try to keep it as wet as they can. As you see, they're going to really water down home plate. Mm-hmm. And that's going to limit the big hops. That's going to really slow down the ball. So, yeah, taking care of the field, maintaining the field like the beautiful fields we have, like Washington Township, LaPorte. When I talk to those guys, number one thing is water.
Yeah.
Water it more than you think.
Well, and you're also getting the benefits of having a grounds crew that typically works here at Victory Field, so really knows the field and what needs to be done on this field and have it the highest caliber. One of the things that's always interesting, too, is you got a lot of teams, Illiana not being one of them, but a lot of teams that are playing on turf, obviously. Now everything's kind of going to turf, but then you still come here to Victory Field and have to kind of translate back over to dirt, and you would think that maybe that's an easy transition. It's not always. So some schools I know this week are having to, like Lake Central, went to Illiana to practice just to kind of get the feel of dirt versus the turf.
Right, and I don't mean to date myself here, but growing up, we just never had a chance to play in a field like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very rarely. And now kids play travel ball, and they play on college campuses all the time. But I think the nicest field I played on growing up was probably LaPorte or Block Stadium when they was beautiful. And but yeah, what a great opportunity for these kids to be able to play in this amazing park.
Yeah, and Schreiber Field over in LaPorte, one of the best fields you will ever witness a game at. I love the facilities over there. Great people always taking care of us as well. Speaking of LaPorte, we can tie in Coach Schellinger again because actually Mark was a part of that 2000 LaPorte team that won state in 2000, so he had a chance to be on that team as well. And I'm trying to find the exact – I thought they had a note here.
And his dad was coaching, I believe, right, Bob Schellinger?
He might have, yeah, I think that may be true. I know he was the longtime football coach over there.
Right. I think he helped out Coach Schreiber for quite a bit and also coached at South Central.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
I thought there was a note about Schellinger maybe being one of the first coaches to win a title as a player and then as a coach as well. I may have been making that up.
You do have a great imagination, Mike.
I'm sure not too many have done it, so he's, maybe not the first, but because actually Providence has a chance to do that here as well because their coach, Trey Watson, is a 2016 graduate of Providence, which isn't that long ago. I mean, 2016, holy cow. Played baseball 4 years, was on the school's championship team, and actually won the Mental Attitude Award, and was an assistant on the 2021 team as well. So he's got a chance to do it as a player, as an assistant coach, and now a head coach.
That's cool.
But we're still rooting for Illiana.
Sure.
That's how we're doing this. We're hoping for the three-peat. Not too many teams have done that over the course of Indiana baseball history. Looking for the first team in 2A to win 3 consecutive titles. They would be the third team overall to do it if they won today, but first in the Class 2A. So I believe they're going to start making the announcements for the non-starters in the game today. And we'll bring you the starting lineup of Providence once they start announcing it here at Victory Field as well. So the non-starters are going to be first. And, Doug, I am going to steal this from you so that way I have what I need. Thank you very much. So you got to play golf today.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Played at the Trophy Club there in Lebanon.
So you went golfing. I know our producer today, Zach Miller, he went to the zoo today. Got to go see the penguins. And
good zoo in here in Indianapolis,
very
right?
Good, very good zoo here in Indianapolis. I went over and watched the swimming trials. That's kind of a unique experience that you don't get to do very often. So
it's quite the sight of a pool in the middle of a football stadium.
I was flabbergasted. I've gone down to Lucas Oil Stadium a handful of times now, whether it be for covering state titles or watching a Colts game, and then all of a sudden we see a big pool in the middle of in the end zone. That was different.
Yeah.
But yeah, Zach and I have been walking around the last, yesterday night and today, and all sorts of things going on in Indy, and people representing their teams here this weekend. A lot of New Prairie stuff yesterday. I've seen some three-peat shirts walking around. I saw a few Providence shirts as well.
Make a weekend out of it, right?
Yeah,
it doesn't happen all the time for schools, and as we said, it's just a beautiful day for it. So take full advantage of it.
Well, that's a lot of these guys in the Illiana team that have been around for these 3 years. Or these 3 championship appearances. These memories aren't taken lightly. That's for sure.
Yeah, we were down here in 2011 when I was at Hanover, and I told the boys, make sure you take it all in. We were runner-up, we lost, but make sure you take a second, preferably not while the ball's in play, but but look around and take it in. Look up, wave to your mom and enjoy it, because it goes like this. The week is really hard. You talk about that week of there's a day of media. You try to practice and try to get some stuff done, and you don't want to overthink it.
Right.
You just do what got you here. But enjoy it, because it's gone like this.
Yeah, you got the media day. You got to talk to jamokes like me and answer some questions. So we have gone through the starters and non-starters for Providence. So we'll go ahead and give you that starting lineup for Providence. Leading off is going to be the left fielder, Cole Hewitt, followed by Jack Bile, the center fielder. Then Gavin Jackson, he'll be the starting pitcher today. We'll go through his numbers in just a moment. In the cleanup spot, Luke Kruer is the right fielder. Blake Strube is the third baseman, batting in the 5-hole. In the 6th spot is going to be Lincoln Kruer, the catcher today. In the 7th spot is Connor Sad. He'll be the DH. And playing shortstop will be Foster Nash in that spot. And then in the 8th spot will be the first baseman, Lucas Mock. And then the second baseman in the 9th spot, Brian Wall. So that's your starting lineup for Providence today. And we'll go ahead and give you the Illiana Christian Vikings starting lineup. If you're a Vikings fan, it's going to look pretty familiar to you. It's been the same lineup most of the way through this championship run here, or this championship appearance run, I should say. Haven't won anything yet, but we're working towards it. So leading off will be Aaron Gowans, the catcher, followed by Isaac Vanderwood, the shortstop. Jake Scott, one of the hot bats in this lineup, hitting .428 here in this tournament, the first baseman today, followed by Tyler Bolkema in the cleanup spot. He's the second baseman. Nick Neary is the DH today in the 5 spot, followed by the pitcher Tanner Post. We'll go over his numbers as well. Luke Passo, the right fielder, followed by Spencer Banstra, the left fielder, and Luke Smith rounding out that Providence lineup with Jack McDonald starting at third base. And at this time, we are going to tune you into the national anthem here at Victory Field as we get set for the 2A state championship game. Beautiful rendition of the national anthem, and if that doesn't get you ready for baseball, I don't know what will, because best sport in America, in my opinion, Doug.
I heard you were doing the 4A game. Are you doing the national anthem in the 4A game?
We want to keep the attendance here at Victory Field. We do not need anybody leaving.
We don't want the zoo animals to start going crazy.
Yeah, they're going to be running through the streets of Indianapolis. Birds are going to start going.
Jumanji.
Yeah, birds are going to go south way early if that happens. Our officials for today out across the bases. Behind home plate today, you've got Kevin Holzman, Dan Adams over at first, Greg Hershey over at second, and Thomas Jenkins at third base. So we are just about set for the first pitch. Coming up as the Vikings will take the field, and they are the home team on the scoreboard today, wearing their home white jerseys with the green numerals and the green lettering with the green hats as well. Green stirrup socks, it looks like, as well, Doug.
You know, we haven't talked about it much, but Illiana had a pretty easy run here, right? They kind of walked through the sectional, and then, they close to 6 or 7. The smallest deficit was 5.
Yeah.
But Providence had to fight to get out of their semi-state. We'll see how that, if that, is a factor. Being in a close game, on the big stage. We'll see how that plays out.
Well, when you get the further and further you get into these tournaments, the better the pitching, the more in-depth there is with pitching, or more depth with pitching. Hitters are always a little bit better as well. So, yeah, there's a lot of things that are going to come together at a head point here on the baseball diamond. Let's take a look at our Economy Electric Heating and Cooling game day forecast, brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. It is a very comfortable, sunny 86 degrees. Sun sparkling right down on Victory Field, and Illiana hoping for a victory here today for their third state championship. And a little bit of a breeze, kind of going out towards left field a little bit, and we're going to talk about the dimensions of this field as well, Doug. It's pretty big out here at Victory Field. If you're going to rocket one out, you might be able to get it out into left field today with that wind blowing out, but you're going to have to hit it a nice country mile to get it out of here.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll talk about that as the afternoon and evening go on, but it's interesting to me to watch and see how shallow they play. Mm-hmm. Are they playing the gaps more? There's a lot of different defensive philosophies out there that we've talked about at the semi-state level and the regional level at Railcat Stadium.
Yeah, to me right off the bat, the thing that stands out is I feel like the outfielders are, compared to where, on their field, it's probably about normal depth. On this field, it looks pretty shallow to me.
Yeah, left center gap is 410. That's
418.
418. Sorry, I'm getting old. I turned 50 this year.
I waited until I thought it was 410 as well, and then you got 415 almost to straight away just to the right of center as Tanner Post deals the first pitch. This one popped in the air, and it's going to be foul off to our right. But then I got down on the field yesterday to kind of look at things, and it's 418.
Yeah, we might be in foul ball territory.
We might.
You might have to protect me.
I got you.
Zach? You get ready?
Zach's got to protect the equipment. I've got to protect
catcher's glove
Doug
down there.
He's brought it. He's got a pretty big hand. He'll be fine. Post steals this one, and this one is ticketed out to right field. Given chases Passo out and right. It's over his head, and one hops the wall. Out to right, making that dig around second and heading into third. Here's going to be a throw to third, and it's going to be a leadoff triple for Cole Hewitt and the Providence.
We talked about it. That would have been out of about any other field he probably played on this year. That was a shot. That ball carried.
It did, yeah. The ball is going to really carry the humidity here a little bit higher today. So the Pioneers off to a good start. Lead-off triple. So a man in scoring position right off the bat. And you got the lefty Tanner Post trying to recollect here with Jack Bile. Now digging in, hitting 306 on the year. 8 extra base hits on the year.
Yeah, Providence came in with some pretty offensive stats, pretty impressive offensive stats.
First pitch on the outside part of the plate for a called strike on Bile, the center fielder today. We'll give you Post's numbers on the year here in just a moment. And this one hit to the right field gap, but it's going to be hung up for Passo out there. Here comes the runner home. Long throw to the plate. There's going to be a play, but the ball gets away from Gowans. He couldn't collect it on the one hop. It was close. They're going to try to tag him anyway just to see. but he does come in safely, so it's going to be 1-0 on the sacrifice fly. Jack Bile, and then Hewitt comes in to score.
Yeah, that ball, like I said, the wind kind of knocked that down, didn't it?
It did.
And that was not a long throw. A good scoop, he might have had him. That's why you try to do the long hop or no hop. You know, you give your catcher a chance to field the ball.
So kind of here's a reset, Doug. I mean, you got that run to score. Okay, it's 1-0. Now let's come back and let's attack the hitter here. First pitch into Gavin Jackson. His counterpart pitcher is outside for ball one. This one ticketed into left. This will drop in for a hit.
But Post is not fooling anybody right now. Providence coming out very aggressive.
Post coming in on the year, 7 games started, 4-1 on the year, 2.6 ERA, 51 strikeouts. He's walked 21. He really has kept his runs and earned runs in that 37 2/3 innings pitched down, 17 and 14. But it's already 1-0 Providence Pioneers here early on in this one. Here comes Luke Kruer now. He's the right fielder. Again from the left side, this one hit in the air to left. Banstra moving to his right and makes the catch. So 2 away here. That was pretty deep as well, Doug.
Ball's jumping off the bat, that's for sure. Post has got to do a better job of mixing speeds and trying to stay off that barrel.
So 2 hits in the inning, but now 2 outs. And now this will bring up Blake Strube.
We get a chance to talk about Kruer, but we will along the way. But he's got 44 RBI, 8 home runs this year.
Mm-hmm.
What a monster year.
20 extra base hits. Defensively, you've got Banstra in left, Smith in center, and Paso in right. McDonald at third, Vanderwood at short, Balkema at second, Scott at first. Gowan's behind the plate today with Post.
Mike, I think we had a courtesy runner at first base. So I'm going to try to pick up his number.
Okay.
It's like football. I brought my binoculars.
I was looking for him as I was leaving today, and I didn't know where I put him, so I got till football season to look for him. This one comes inside on Strube. The first pitch to him as we had a little bit of a timeout. Third base coach was talking to the home plate umpire and allowing that courtesy runner to come to first. As Coach Nelson brings out the binoculars to try to find out who that courtesy runner is for the Pioneers. 2-0 the count here on Strube, the third baseman. 304 on the year. He's driven in 17 on 4 extra base hits. This one popped up, shallow center. Coming in is Smith. He camps underneath and makes the catch. So minimizes the damage, but the Providence Pioneers put one across the board early here in the top of the first. You're listening to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Welcome back as Enigenberg Exteriors presents RSN Game Day coverage of the Indiana High School Baseball State Championship right here on the Region Sports Network, brought to you by Enigenberg, a premier provider of roofing and siding service for over 40 years of experience. Check them out on the web at ebergexteriors.com. Again, that's Berg with a U. And NIPSCO is proud to be powering the youth of Northern Indiana. NIPSCO is wishing its Northern Indiana high schools to have safe competition while displaying sportsmanship on and off the field. Michael Brenner back here along with the coach, Doug Nelson. Here's the Illiana starting lineup again. Aaron Gowans, Isaac Vanderwood, Jake Scott at the top of the lineup. Tyler Balkaba, Nick Neary, Tanner Post, in the middle of the lineup. Luke Passo, Spencer Banstra, and Luke Smith round out that lineup. Aaron Gowans, 385 here in the postseason so far. Going all the way back to that game against Bishop Knoll with an extra base hit and 7 RBIs in that stretch. First pitch into him is a called strike. Hewitt, Bile, and Luke Kruer from left to right. Strube, Nash, Wall, and Mock from third to first. Lincoln Kruer behind the dish for Gavin Jackson. Pitch in there for a strike. Quickly 0-2 on Aaron Gowans.
Yeah, Jackson comes in with a 6-2 record with a 2.59 ERA on the year.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. This one ticketed out to center field. Bile camping underneath. He waves off his fellow defenders and makes the first catch of the day.
Working ahead, staying ahead. He did a good job of challenging batters and pitching with the lead. I know it's early, but you know, you kind of when you take the lead, you want to come down and have a shutout inning. You know, you want to get back in the dugout as quickly as you can. So,
well, when you talk about momentum and kind of killing, any hopes potentially of maybe coming back in a game, the quicker you can get back up to your at bats, the less Illiana's going to maybe feel like, hey, but you know what? They've battled. I mean, they're state champions for a reason, defending state champions for the previous 2 seasons. I don't think they're going to be scared just yet. Isaac Vanderwood in here. He takes the first 2 pitches outside and then low, so 2-0 the count. Vanderwood hitting .250 here in the postseason. 2 extra base hits, 4 RBIs. He has also stolen 4 bases from that left side of the box. 2-0. This one popped up shallow right. Nash is trying to camp underneath, and coming in to make the catch is Bile from center field.
Great job by Bile there. You get what you can. It's harder for the infielders to backpedal or go back on the ball than it is for Bile to come in. So that's a great job. You see how deep he played. He covered 100 yards there. That was nice.
He hit a run in a long way. We talked about kind of in center field, just to the right of the second base bag from our vantage point. It's 415. Kind of even with the shortstop, it's about 418. As Jake Scott digs in, checks his swing. It's going to be ball 1, though, to the first baseman. He's got one of the hottest bats in this Illiana lineup. 428 here in this tournament run. Quickly 2-0 on him.
Yeah, I think if you can continue to fall behind Illiana's batters, it's eventually going to get to you.
So Jackson delivers the 2-0. That one in there for a called strike. Jackson from the first base side of the rubber. And it's a swing and a miss for Scott on that 2-1 pitch. Now evens the count at 2 with 2 outs here in the first.
Yeah, he's just challenging it, guys, going right at him.
From the windup, kicks and fires the 2-2. And that's missing just high. You can hear kind of both sides on that one, Doug. Both sides going, whoa.
Yeah, that was
close.
That was close.
So full count here. Illiana looking for a base on balls if they can. Here's the payoff pitch, and it's in there for called strike 3. And the Providence fans on their feet and cheering big time here as Illiana goes 1, 2, 3. We go to the second. You're watching Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Save for a healthy tomorrow with an HSA checking account from Tech Credit Union. It's a tax-advantaged way to save and pay for healthcare expenses. You'll enjoy no setup fee, no annual fee, and easy access to funds. Plus, you'll earn a better-than-competitive dividend rate, currently at 2.27% APY. Visit techcu.org, contact any branch, or call 800-276-8324 to learn more. Tech Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA. Rates may change without notice.
You're listening to the Indiana High School Baseball State Championship presented by Ennigenberg Exteriors on the Region Sports Network. You're all-in-one roofing specialist. Visit ebergexteriors.com for a quote. So we go back to the second inning here. Illiana Christian against Providence. Providence with a 1-0 lead. Able to get some big hits early on, some good contact off of post, but trying to lock some things up here and let his defense do some work behind him here, as it'll be Lincoln Kruger, Connor Sad, and Lucas Mock, your scheduled hitters for the Pioneers.
I think Tanner's got to get the ball down a little bit. He's got to all of the outs for Providence were fly ball outs.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to get the ball down, like I said, and try to stay off that barrel a little bit. The strong batting averages are 1 through 9.
They've got some high numbers.
Can't relax.
Kruger 329, Sad 303, and Mock 395. And then you got Brian Wall in the 9th spot. He would be the 4th hitter if they can get to that spot, 257. So still nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, I bet he's got a high on base average.
Swing and a miss on the first pitch for Kruger. 7 extra base hits on the year, 17 RBI.
Third baseman's playing in. You see he's trying to take that bunt away.
That's McDonald over there. Yeah, a lot had to get kind of shifted around a little bit. A lot of guys had to step up for this Illiana team. One of those guys that teammates have talked about is McDonald there, as this one popped up on the infield. Post camping underneath, and Post catches it on the third base line for out number 1.
That wind kind of swirls. I know that you mentioned the flag going out to left field corner, but in the stadium, it does affect it. Everything will eventually blow back toward the field.
So this will be Connor Sad up here now. Had to change his number. They did change it to 4 instead of 44, but all the other listings had 44. So we'll switch it to 4 in our scorebooks. The 0-1. This one fouled over way to the screen. So quickly 0-2. So traditionally, what kind of pitch are you throwing here on 0-2?
Maybe about a fastball, maybe armpit high. Just hard to lay off of and hard to hit.
And that's exactly what comes your way. They don't call him the coach for no reason.
That's a lucky guess, man.
Little high heat for strikeout number 1 of the day.
It just comes in looking like a beach ball, but it's hard to catch up to it. And if they take it, it's a setup pitch, and it just adjusts the batter's eyes a little bit. Next pitch would be like a little slow slider or curveball away.
First pitch into Lucas Mock in there for a strike, again from the left-handed side of the box. 0-1. This one chopped on the ground. McDonald scoops it up, keeps it in front of him, picks it up, throws to first, not in time. Kind of bobbled the play a little bit, but kept it in front of him. That was the important thing. But it does turn into an infield single here with 2 outs.
Yeah, he kind of played real close to the lip. Even on the nice fields, that ball hits the lip right on the dirt and grass. It's going to take a little skip at you. I think that's where it caught him.
I remember watching a game over at Schreiber Field last season, and a ball took a nasty hop right at second base, and I don't remember the 2 teams that were involved, but cost the team a game.
Yeah.
Because of a bad hop.
Could hit a sprinkler head. You never know.
Yeah, that's the rough part, as this one comes up a little high and tight on Brian Wall for his first pitch. 257 on the year. Number 9 hitter in this Providence lineup. So Tanner Post trying to get through this lineup with no damage done here in this first inning.
Yeah, I like Post. I like you have to command the plate. You have to have ownership of the inside corner and the outside corner, and I don't mind throwing inside at all.
Brings a little high heat there on that pitch, so count evens at 1.
I think it's important to get this as a big batter. You don't want to flip over the order with a couple guys on base back to the top of the order.
Runner goes on this 1-1. Throw down to second is not in time. Vanderwood couldn't get the tag applied quickly enough. So a stolen base here for Mock. Count is 2-1, by the way, was called a ball.
Yeah, I think Post has got to go right at Wall here.
Checks on that runner at second. Post from the stretch. 2-1. This one lifted in the air to right. This will get out of play and into the seats. Souvenir for somebody. It's kind of bouncing right into someone's lap. It doesn't get easier than that. You don't even have to move out of your seat.
Yeah, people are the older people are kind of sitting in the shade. The young kids are down behind the dugout. Here, it kind of hangs over for you guys listening on the radio, but what a beautiful day for baseball.
Can't beat it. Another pitch here, swing and a miss. And that'll be strike 3. Post gets out of it. No damage done. We go to the bottom of the second with Illiana Christian coming up. You're listening to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Planting a tree, installing a fence, whether your project is big or small, NIPSCO reminds you to know what's below and contact 811 at least 2 full business days before doing any digging so that utility companies can mark the location of their underground lines. Contacting 811 is free and it's the law. Avoid possible penalties, costly repairs, or injuries. DIY or a pro, safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time.
Welcome back to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brenner here along with the coach, Doug Nelson. We've got our producer on site today, Zach Miller. Or is it Mealer? It's Miller, right?
Yeah, Zach. Right. Is it Zach?
All right.
You don't want to make the producer angry, Mike.
Well, he was already a little feisty today.
Yeah, he is.
I liked it. Must have been the sharks he saw at the zoo. I don't know. All right, your scheduled hitters here in the second inning. Tyler Bolkema, Nick Neary, and Tanner Post. The starting pitcher today for the Vikings. Had a chance to talk to Bolkema earlier this week. He's batting from that left side. Has a nice hot red bat in his hands right now. First pitch from him, or to him, slow roller, Strube over to first as he collects it for out number 1. Being aggressive early on here in the count.
Yeah, I like that. Hit your pitch. We tell our guys, but you better not be late. You better have them timed up. An old Ken Schreiber rule from LaPorte was never swing at a first pitch curveball.
Yeah.
Just hit a fastball and be aggressive.
So here comes Nick Neary to the plate now. Transfer from Marion Catholic back in 22. He was actually out doing some stuff and got a text from his mom when he found out that Illiana had won the 22 state championship. He goes, oh, I might as well try to join this team then. And here he is. Now a part of this team, helping them try to win another state championship. Quickly 0-2 on him.
Yeah, he's DHing for Jack McDonald.
He was mainly a pinch hitter, then kind of filled in his DH role with the loss of Gavin Meyer. Roller to shortstop, high throw, but they step on the cushion for out number 2. Quickly 2 away here.
Yeah, first time through the order. You're kind of feeling him out, seeing what he's got, timing him up, and seeing what pitches he's throwing. And as a pitcher, you want to throw. You want first time through the order. You're trying to hide your stuff. You're trying to throw fastball, move it around, and try to have an ace up your sleeve.
So here comes Tanner Post, getting from that left side. So one of the we talked about guys stepping up. We talked about McDonald. Post has really been one of those guys. If you were to ask Coach Vanderwood about guys stepping up, Post would be one of those guys in that starting pitching role. You know what I like about the kid? He said his favorite class is history.
U.S. history?
He didn't specify. He just said history. And he gave a nice shout-out to his history teacher over there at Illiana Christian. It's quickly 0-2 on him as well. So Gavin Jackson just up there pumping strikes. 0-2. That's going to be low and inside.
Yeah, Post is on the plate. Anything inside, he's not going to be afraid. Right now, you're trying to find a way to get on.
Jackson has the sign he wants and delivers the 1-2, and that comes up and out. Post on the year, 232 average, 6 extra base hits. He's got 2 here in the tournament run. 2-2. Fouled away just past Coach Vanderwood.
What do you think about these nets that go now from foul pole to foul pole?
I'm all for it.
I am also all for it. That ball comes flying into the stands.
I think we just kind of live in. I understand where people want to have a chance at foul balls, but I think guys are even at this level. Guys are stronger than they ever have been, and bats are too good. That's a swing and a miss for Post, and down on strikes he goes. I think it's just the interest of safety for everybody. I think those nets are important. All right, we're going to the third. Providence still up 1-0. You're listening to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
The Athletic Performance Factory is Northwest Indiana's premier athletic training center. The 40,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility features batting cages, a sand training room, a new outdoor turf infield, and so much more. Check out the facility for one of their daily classes at 3150 45th Street in Highland. Interested in signing up for team workouts or individual lessons? Check out their website at trainapf.com or contact them at 219-750-1087. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
We go top of the third here at Victory Field in downtown Indianapolis. Glorious day for baseball. Our coverage today brought to you by Hennigenberg Exteriors. Don't forget, at the end of this one, we are going to hand out some awards. We got the Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. They are the business professionals. We've got the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. And then, of course, the Proud Eat at Home Play of the Game presented by the Region Sports Network.
What do you think about the rule changes of Major League Baseball? Speeding it up. It is speeding it up.
You know what? I was thinking about that early on in the baseball season before we even did a broadcast. I went out to a couple of games just to kind of get a feel for high school baseball. And I had already gone to a game at Wrigley this year. It was so blatantly obvious that there are no time restrictions in high school.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was like, wait, it's been an hour. We're only in the third inning? Like, what's going on here? I mean, yesterday's game, the New Prairie game, I believe they said was 2 hours, 18 minutes. This one fouled back to the screen, back to the top of the lineup for Providence. Cole Hewitt, who led things off with a triple in this game.
Yeah, they certainly keep them moving in the MLB.
But I was like, okay, and I was talking to one of the attendants that was kind of down here at Victory Field, and I said, so keep in mind, that's 2:14, 2:18, whatever the case. That's in 6.5 innings, because obviously New Prairie was for the North. They were the home team on the scoreboard, so they didn't have to play. So 6.5 innings, that took 2 hours. Yeah. That's what games are going maybe a little bit more average-wise for a whole 9-inning game.
Right.
1-2 on Hewitt here. Post delivers the 1-2. It's outside, so 2-2.
I'd be interested to see how it affects the viewership if the attendance is up in the MLB. I think if you enjoy baseball, you enjoy baseball. I don't think a shorter game is going to make that much of a difference. Maybe for the common fan.
I think it's to target a lot of our younger fans who, are in an age where, videos are only 10 seconds long.
Right.
Yeah, me and you, we can sit down and watch a game for hours.
Yes.
2-2 comes a little over the head of Hewitt, so the count has run full now.
Yeah, that was a little something off speed. I think it was a curveball that just kind of slipped out of his hand.
Post getting the signs from Gowans. 3-2. And that one comes inside. So it's going to be a leadoff walk here in the third.
Yeah, I'm all for rules for the safety of fans. And like we talked about the nets and the safety of the players with the bigger bases and such. But I'm not for rules for the sake of making rules.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that the rules that they have now, I don't know about the pitching rule where you have to face 3 batters. You know, I think that basically speeds things up, you know, because you can't go batter for batter for batter. Playoffs is just pitcher for pitcher, you know.
I think some of the only rules right now I don't care for are the ones that are supposed to prevent collisions at second and home.
Ow.
This one comes in and hits Bile, who was showing bunt, and McDonald was running in, and then Bile just took it on the back, and then he just threw his bat at this dugout, trying to get his guys hyped up. And this is going to be a good move by, we call him Ronnie, or catcher, Aaron Gowans, talking to Post here. Post, by the way, Doug, in these championship appearances, the previous 2 were all started by Kevin Corcoran. So Post is just the second pitcher to start a game for Illiana in a state championship game.
Yeah, you know, it's weird how it works. You know, sectionals, you need 2 or 3 guys, maybe 4. Regionals is 1 game, so you really just need ride your horse. Semi-state, you need 2 or 3 guys. You know, so interesting to see, like, who's got a live arm still.
Right.
You kind of use these guys to get here, and it's kind of like, okay, who's got something left?
First pitch outside to Gavin Jackson. So a little trouble here for Post.
Yeah, I don't think Jackson's not going to be bunting, being the 3-hitter this early in the game.
391 average on the year. He had a single his last time up. That pitch coming in low. And you can tell there's some frustration with Post right now as Coach Vanderwood comes out to talk to his player, and everybody will come on in and have a conversation with him as well. And I like the timing of this.
I like the timeout. You know, Coach Vanderwood knows these guys better than anybody else. It's his team, and these are his guys, and he can see, like you said, he's a little flustered right now, whether it's the hit by pitch or the walk, and he's kind of wild right now. But you know, you have to keep track of that pitch count, and he knows, you know, as your coach, he can see something. Maybe it's in his delivery, maybe his arms dipping a little bit. Something's out there that's just not right now.
I'll tell you what, listening to some of these players talk about, I mean, these guys, Coach Vanderwood is obviously Isaac's father, but he acts as a father figure to a lot of these players, all these players, in fact, and this coaching staff acts as a father figure in all these guys, and that's kind of been Vanderwood's MO since he got here. Is we're gonna take care of business, we're gonna help these guys develop and learn the game between the white lines, but what happens outside of those white lines too, that's also our goal, and make sure these guys are good people outside those white lines as well.
Yeah, the kid's got to know you care about him as a person, not just a baseball player.
Correct. And he has got the trust and confidence of his team, that is for sure. This whole coaching staff does. Trying to make a play over there in foul territory.
He kind of bailed out.
Yeah, he had it, then he realized that's going to be a little too short. Throw it over the net. Throw it over the net. They say no.
Do you get to keep it?
I don't know. Well, he's giving it to the attendant. I don't know. I say try to throw it over the net. He's on the second deck. Why not?
Yeah, I don't know if you get to keep it or throw it back. I know the baseballs are expensive these days, but
let's add some excitement here. 2-1 here on Jackson, the count.
I don't know how good a baseball is after it ricochets off that concrete in a chair.
Checking on those runners. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fouled away to the Pioneer dugout. Picked up by their first base coach. So 2-2 the count here.
Yeah, he needs a ground ball here. Double play would be really good. Strikeout would be great.
Now, let me ask you this. I'm looking at the scoreboard right now. They have Illiana with an error.
That was the third, that play at third base. Remember that?
Oh, they did rule that an error?
Yeah.
Would you have ruled that an error?
Well, if he would have got it clean, he would have thrown him out, right?
It's a hard hit.
Hot corner, man.
Corner.
You got to get that. First baseman's playing in, which is a little surprising for me also. I want to play back a little bit, get some range, get dirty, keep that guy from on second from scoring.
2-2 off to the right and out of play. So we'll do it again. Second time through the lineup for this Pioneer team.
Staff member down the first base line's busy chasing foul balls.
Well, he's probably used to having some fans that can, spread out a little bit, can grab at least one or two.
Yeah.
Nobody down these lines up here in the upper deck. Down the line in the lower level, lower bowl, plenty of people. Another 2-2. Gonna be just outside. So 3-2 the count.
Yeah, Post is very deliberate right now. We talked about pace of play. He's slowing down, isn't he?
Well, this is where, if you've gone to a major league game and you see how fast things go versus coming here and how methodical and how much these guys are trying to think about what the next thing is, it's night and day. 3-2. Swing and a miss.
Oh, my. Look at this.
And the runner on first goes off.
Just run at him.
Ball's at second. Nobody's at first. Here's a throw to third on a wild play, and he's safe at third.
All he had to do was walk him to second base. The runner was standing on second. The runner had conceded between second and third. All the guy in first had to do was walk the ball to second base and tag them both, and then that guy in first would have been out.
And that's what Coach Vanderwood's going out there to have a little bit of a conversation. Like, nobody tagged anybody. He's like, we get just a clarification. Did he pass the runner or anything like that?
I don't even think he was close to tagging him.
I don't think he was close to tagging him. I don't think he was close to passing him either. But it's worth asking if you're Coach Vanderwood, to try to slow things down and kind of get Post's heartbeat maybe back down to rhythm. So in all of that, the runner at first, who was kind of dead to rights, gets back to first base, and then the runner at second gets the tag. How do you rule? Is that a stolen base?
I don't think it's a stolen base.
Just advancing on the strikeout? Okay.
Yeah. I think the first baseman just had a little brain hiccup there. Like I said, all he had to do was walk him to second base.
And this is where Vanderwood's going to talk with his catcher. His catcher's going to make a comment to him here.
He's going to do a little first and third play.
So runners on the corners, one away here in the third inning. Providence threatening yet again as Luke Crewer comes up here.
Luke Crewer looks like a strong kid, even from up here.
Well, he's hitting .427 on the year. 20 extra base hits. I'm sure most of those, a good chunk of those are home runs.
Eight home runs.
There you go. Fly ball into center. Smith was coming in. Now he's got it. He makes the catch. Here's the throw to first. It's going to be no one at first base. The runner's going to advance to second. The run comes in to score.
The first baseman had gone over to be the cutoff man home. He's your cutoff man.
So here's what was the runner took off on the hit. The runner passed second base after it was caught. Smith makes the catch in center. The runner has to then tag up to second. Had there been a defender at first and the throw been on line, he would have gotten him. But as you mentioned, Doug, there's nobody at first base.
Yeah,
here's the thing. From the center fielder, you're expecting your first baseman to be there. I don't necessarily disagree with throwing over to first to try to double him up. However, there's nobody there.
Yeah, he's your cutoff man home. The pitcher backs up the plate, and the first baseman is your cutoff man. He's going to be standing right by the mound, and that's where he was when the center fielder threw it. So he scored. They called that an error on the center fiilder.
It has to be.
Oh, he got second base on the error.
He got second base on the error,
We'll
yes.
do that, yeah. But
because the run would have scored on the sacrifice regardless.
Yeah, Crewer still gets
throw to second. Save as Vanderwood again after the throw from Post couldn't corral it. Kind of went, he's running towards second base and he throws it to the shortstop side of second base. So Isaac Vanderwood has to kind of like contort his body to go back the other way.
Yeah, good throw would have got him, I think.
And
he's going to go check, make sure he's okay. Kind of his helmet kind of came off.
The runner you're talking about, that's Bile out there. Very interesting inning.
A lot going on. You talk about being fans of baseball. This is it.
This is what we're trying to bring you. Yeah. Trying to bring you the X's and O's, if there is that in baseball. So Blake Strube is here at the dish. The 1-0 to him. In there for a called strike, so 1-1. And here's what, one of the things that I'm sure Coach Vanderwood said when he went out there and said, okay, it's 1-0, 2-0. We're averaging how many runs per game? Yeah.
Right.
On the year, they average 8.6.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss.
I'd be willing that they haven't really been trailed much in the postseason, if at all.
It is eluding me off the top of my head. One of the games they got off to kind of a rough start, and then they picked it up. Off the top of my head, I can't remember which game it was, so I apologize. There's a 1-2. This one lined into center field, and this will be another run for Providence. Ball is skipped away from Smith, who throws to second, and the runner is going to advance to second on another error in center field. It was kind of tailing toward right center, just kind of stuck in the ground, it felt like, as soon as it hit the ground. And Smith, I think, was kind of just overplayed it a little bit when he's going to pick it up.
Yeah, that's another error. I think that's got to be another error.
I would have to, yeah. He just kind of overruns it.
That's how he got to second base.
There's the hit regardless.
Yeah, but that's how the runner got to second.
Yeah, runner gets to second on an error.
Yesterday during the 1A game, I think I heard that Lafayette and Central Catholic had like 5 or 6 errors.
They had a good chunk, yeah.
That's a bad time for that in the state championship game, and that'll get you with
in between,
put you in a bad spot.
Between Brebeuf and New Prairie yesterday, there had to be combined 5 or 6 errors. Another throw to second, not in time.
You see, even with 2 outs, the third baseman's playing in. I think that
now Coach Vanderwood's telling him to back up.
Yeah, I think that they did on their scouting report. They said Lincoln Kruger might bunt for a hit, but I think with 2 outs, you got to.
Pitches outside to Kruger, so 1-0.
Yeah, you want to play as deep as you can to cut down that runner at second base from scoring.
So 1-0 to Kruger in there for a strike. Post checking on that runner at second base. 1-1. Ball's in the dirt, so 2-1 the count.
Great block there by the Illiana Christian catcher.
It's Gowans.
It's kind of he goes kind of under the radar, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
A catcher, they just take a beating back there.
2-1. This one flipped and poked into left field. Banstra picks it up and throws it in. Runner's going to stay at third. So it's runners on the corners again, but another single for Providence.
What was that?
We knew they were going to hit. The numbers said they were going to be a hitting team.
I think we got a courtesy runner at first. The same guy, number 16. What did we say his name was?
Let's double check and look here. For Providence, that's going to be Mason Wint.
No, I'm sorry, that's number 10. 10, Mike.
So you got to throw things off. Jackson Proctor.
There you go. Got to get those names right, even on the opposing team.
Swing and a miss by the DH, Connor Sad.
Last time up, Connor Sad struck out swinging.
7th Pioneer hitter this inning.
If nothing else, all these errors, it just adds to the pitch count, along with the run total.
And nobody warming in the Illiana bullpen. That's in there for a strike, 0-2.
I was wondering how patient they would be. Coach Vanderwood and his staff, they would be with that. I know they have arms, but how far do you want to fall behind? He's already given up 4 hits in 3 innings.
Runner going down to second. He's going to take the bag easily as Proctor makes his way down. No throw because Gowans doesn't want that runner from third coming in. So Sad here with a 1-2 count. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's upstairs. I mean, the thing you have to go on if you're Illiana here in the tournament, ever since sectional play started, you're batting .306. You have 14 extra base hits, 49 RBIs, and 22 stolen bases. So these guys can hit. It's just a matter of when you're going to put those hits together.
Well, defensively, you got to make plays, though.
Correct.
You got to get 21 outs,
Swing and a miss on Sad, and Sad will take a seat on the bench. And Illiana Christian going to come up here in the bats in the bottom of the third, only trailing 3-0. We'll step aside. You're listening to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Centrally located in downtown Indianapolis, the Hampton Inn is just steps away from Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Situated at 105 South Meridian Street, shopping, restaurants, entertainment, and many Indianapolis attractions are in near proximity. Hampton Inn has much to offer, including a hot breakfast, high-speed internet access in every room, as well as a gym fitness center. For reservations, call 317-261-1200, and the website is hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.
Off yet and have lunch or something?
We welcome you back to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network. It is 3-0 Providence here as we go to the bottom of the third. Illiana Christian has been sent down 1-2-3 in both previous innings. It'll be Luke Passo, Spencer Banstra, and Luke Smith, your scheduled hitters here in the bottom of the third. Luke Passo batting .250 here in this postseason. We've got time called as the third base umpire acknowledging we're going to have some warm-ups for the Illiana Christian bullpen. Looks like Jake Scott heading out there to warm up a little bit.
Yeah. It just doesn't look like Tanner's got the pop in his fastball today. And like I said, there's been so many times where you see a guy that coaches kind of ride him all the way here, and he just doesn't have much left. And, of course, he's not going to say no. No, Coach, I can't pitch. Of course he wants to throw in the state championship.
Correct. When I was talking with Coach Vanderwood, he said that he typically, every day he gets kind of a message that kind of has like a Bible verse or a Bible reference to it that he gets on a daily basis. So I asked him today, I said, hey, what was your message today? And he said, remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. So he's mentioned how kind of lately a lot of his messages that he's getting are related to, kind of this experience of being able to be down here in Victory Field again and, take advantage of these opportunities. 0-2 the count here on Passo. This one ticketed into center field, but Bale is there to make the catch.
Again, it's still, and most coaches do it. The IHSA is big on it, but this is about life lessons, Mike.
100%.
We're all playing for a ring and, the little medallion. But at the end of the day, it's all about life lessons and preparing you for life after school.
Well, that has been, as I mentioned earlier, that's been kind of the mantra for Coach Vanderwood and his coaching staff with these guys. Yeah, we want them to do and succeed and develop between these white lines, but outside of that is just as important.
You're still teaching.
Absolutely.
It's just a bigger classroom.
2-0 the count here on Banstra. He pitched in that sectional opener against Noel, excuse me. And he actually said that was one of his most memorable games of his career.
Sure. Remember that forever.
3-0 the count. That one's going to be in there for a strike.
I also think baseball is one of those sports that provides a lot of situations that you remember forever. As a kid, maybe my first home run, maybe my like you're saying, a big game.
3-1 showing bunt, pitch is high, so first base runner of the day for the Vikings, and that can hopefully open up some floodgates here.
See if Smith can turn over the order and put some guys on base.
Smith has been showing some power here recently. He's hit 2 home runs in this postseason run, or this tournament run, if you will, after not homering during the regular season. He's batted all over the lineup, and he has been on all 3 state appearance teams in his career. Takes the first pitch, 4-1. So this is one of the guys that Coach Vanderwood can trust and be reliant on in this lineup. 375 here in this tournament run this year. 1-0 comes in and hits him.
Yeah, I kind of felt like this was an important inning for Illiana Christian. They have to start answering, start chipping away at Providence. Providence coaches coming out.
So now you've got 2 on with only 1 out here in the inning. Yeah, and now you're turning it over to the top of the lineup. This is where the nitty-gritty, this is where you got to get some things going here. And you got Aaron Gowans coming up. Coach described him as a no-nonsense guy. He doesn't ask for much. Does whatever you ask of him. Works hard. Good leader. You know, there was a travel team for a while called the Dirtbags. A lot of Northwest Indiana players have played on that team. Gowan's one of the OG members of that team. Isaac Vanderwood has played on that team as well.
It's fun to have a good team that sticks together.
Oh, yeah.
Travel ball teams, as you know, they come and go, they separate. Mm-hmm. Teams are already having tryouts for next year, Mike.
But, I've seen the posts. Yeah.
But when you keep that core together, good things can happen. My younger son, Cale, was very lucky to play on a team out of Chesterton, and the core stayed together, and they did a lot of good things, and they did a lot of good things after baseball. So they were good people, good families, and my older son, Nathan, also, he was very fortunate with the travel ball world. But we do hear some horror stories.
Oh yeah. Well, we've talked about, these guys know each other. They play against each other in all these travel leagues, and maybe not at this level. These guys, they may not know each other across the way, but if you've playing on some of those premier travel teams, I'm sure they do know each other a little bit, or have heard of each other, or whatever the case might be. 1-1 the count here on Gowans. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Tries to pull up a big hack on that one. Got that front foot down quickly. Try to put a little power behind that one. It gets fouled away, so 1-2. What do you got to be careful with here in this particular pitch?
You don't want to chase. You want to stay in the zone. You want to stay in the zone. You want to battle. You put your toes right in that chalk like he's doing, and you challenge him to throw it inside. But you don't want to go down looking. That's a huge no-no.
There's the pitch. It's fouled back.
Heads up.
There's a couple taking photos over there. Had no idea a ball almost
came
their way.
No idea a ball just went over through his ear.
And now they've realized.
Oh, okay.
So 0-2 here on the catcher Gowans. Trying to come through in a big moment. That ball skips in, so a ball and 2 strikes. Illiana here in this inning so far. First non-1-2-3 inning. They flew out, walk, hit by pitch, and what has Ronnie got for the team here?
You got to find a way to put the ball in play. Guys on base.
Take strike 3, looking.
Yeah, that was the one thing you did not want to happen.
A lot of times we talk about productive outs, Doug, and at least if you're, if you hit the ball to second base, you have a chance to maybe break up a double play, but at least moves runners a little bit. Maybe they bobble and create a defensive error.
Absolutely. You could hit a squibber. You could hit the gaps are huge here, but you can't. I mean, you got to think fastball and adjust to off speed. He came with the off speed there and totally surprised him.
Here comes the Virginia commit, Isaac Vanderwood, who takes the first pitch for a strike. Also elected to play in that North-South game. This one laced into center field. Bile going back, and he will make the catch. Really good piece of hitting for Vanderwood, but just right at the defender for a line out. So Illiana trying to do a little bit of damage in the third. Couldn't get anything across the board. Try to limit stuff here in the fourth. We go to the top of the fourth inning. You're listening to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With 40 years of experience serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee, Ennigenberg Exteriors has only had one goal in mind: to achieve excellent customer service. From commercial and residential roofing to siding, window, and door replacement, Ennigenberg Exteriors delivers 110% customer satisfaction from the first hello to the final walkthrough. Visit Ennigenberg.com for more information, or give them a call at 219-365-2837. Ennigenberg Exteriors, restoring hope one project at a time.
When life takes you places and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strack and Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use, and it can save you time and money. Once your order is in, our own Strack and Van Til team preps your order with care. For delivery or pickup, enjoy the convenience of letting our to-go team shop for you. Enjoy your special moments. Sign up online today at shop.strackandvantil.com.
Welcome back to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network. We'd like to remind everyone that coverage of today's state championship game is presented by Ennigenberg Exteriors, experienced roofing and siding contractors serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee. Call 219-365-2837 or visit them on the web at exteriors.com. Getting ready to go to the top of the fourth inning here between Providence and Illiana Christian. Providence leading at 3-0 as we go into the fourth. Illiana Christian looking to defend that state title, trying to get their third in a row. And we were talking about just the amazement of this team winning 2 championships right off the bat after being very early on in their program as an IHSAA school, coming over from the Illinois Association after being in Lansing, Illinois for all those years, and then coming over to Dyer and joining the IHSAA as of 2018. This one, a little squibber over to Isaac Vanderwood, who rips it across the diamond for out number 1. That was Mock who gets that one over to Vanderwood.
Yeah, Illiana Christian could use a quick inning.
Tanner Post still on the bump for Illiana Christian.
And he could use one for the pitch count.
Swing and a miss for Brian Wall. Struck out his last time up. The nice thing for Providence here is that they get to turn their lineup back over. That's what the positive that they're thinking about right now. This one poked back to the screen and foul, and Gowans plays it on a one hop off the screen. We were talking about some things that we like and don't like. I'm going to say it. I think if a ball hits the screen and bounces right back to the catcher and the catcher catches it, it should be an out.
Is that what they do with that Bananas teams?
I think that's what we were mentioning.
I've heard.
I don't know if they do with that. I mean, they have where fans in the stands can catch the ball and it's an out.
Yeah.
So.
I'm sure the defense wouldn't mind it.
Can you imagine for a second, so let's say Wall fouls one back and we catch it as Post throws one outside. Let's say, you or I catch it, or Zach's probably more likely to catch it than me or you.
Of course.
But then, we point to which side we want to call out. We point to the side and we say, you're out. People just go, people go crazy down in the stands.
See what they offer me. Give me a pretzel or something.
What do you got?
Yeah.
3-2 the count here on Wall is working a good at bat.
Nothing like a bag of peanuts at a ball game. You know what I mean? I'll take a bag of peanuts.
I don't think on the air that would sound all that good. Payoff pitch, fouled back to the screen. Looking our way again.
There's people in that box.
Some people in that section over there, yeah.
There he goes. Look at him. He's hustling.
Security worker.
Lantern man, hero of the game.
The 3-2 pitch. In there for a called strike 3.
Strikeout looking. That's not what the coaches like.
Well, that's it. When we were talking about productive outs, there's just nothing that comes productive with that.
Outside of making the pitcher throw some pitches, about 6 pitches there, that's
about the only yeah.
It's a great opportunity to flip the order over.
And that comes in and hits Cole Hewitt on his first pitch. So we have had a hit by pitch quite a bit today.
You got to stay sharp with two outs with this Providence lineup. You can't let up.
So it looked like Post was going to go in the second inning. 1, 2, 3, gives up that single. No damage done that inning. So Post trying to keep things together here in this 4th inning. Pitches outside to Bile.
Boy, I think if Post gets out of this inning, Coach Vanderwood might think of going to the bullpen. He just does not look that sharp right now.
That's what his teammate, Coach Vanderwood's son, Isaac, coming out there to chat with him a little bit. You know, in prepping for this game today, one of the things as I was reading all these articles that were written about, you know, this team over the course of the week, one thing that I had to notice is obviously you're going to ask the coach about any one of these players, and a lot of these guys get spotlighted. But every article, and I'm going back, and I was going back a couple of years to read some of these articles on players, every one of them had a quote from Isaac about his teammates.
Yeah.
And to me, that just says something about him as a teammate and how, you know, how they respect him and, you know, what he does to try to help them as well. This one fouled away, evens the count at 1.
I wonder if he's a nominee for that mental attitude award.
Off the top of my head, I don't know.
You know,
we'll find out at the end of the game.
Yeah, but he's just a leader, and that's again one of those.
He has a lot of praise to say about his teammates.
It doesn't show up in the stat sheet, you know. But that's I'm sure a big factor of why he's going to Virginia.
Runner goes on the 1-1. This one airmailed into center field, but it's cut off nicely by Balkema there. Yeah, it was getting away from Vanderwood, who was streaking towards second base.
And the ball kind of tailed away toward the second baseman.
So a stolen base for Hewitt. 1-2 the count here on Bile, who has hit a sacrifice fly for an RBI and has scored a run after a hit by pitch. 1-2. Just low. Evens the count at 2. Post will feature a fastball, slider, changeup, curveball mix. He's topped that fastball around 85 that I've seen in some of the speeds. 2-2. Swing and a miss. And no damage done in that 4th inning. Illiana got to get something going. Still looking for their first hit. We're going to the bottom of the 4th inning. You're watching Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
Welcome back to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brenner here along with the coach, Doug Nelson. Illiana Christian still looking for their first hit of the game. They had some base runners in the last inning, so that's a start in the right direction. And now you're kind of getting into that meat of the lineup again for the second time now. So trying to just get some guys on base and do a little bit of damage, make things uncomfortable for Gavin Jackson and this defense here for Providence.
I'm going to go out on a guess. So this is a crazy. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think they're going to get a hit this inning. They're 3-4-5.
Okay.
Second time through the order. A feeling I have.
You're going far out there, sir.
That they're going to get a hit.
Three runs on 4 hits, no errors for Providence. No runs on no hits, 3 errors for Illiana. And I'm kind of looking through some numbers a little bit here. The amount of errors is not 100% shocking. 47 errors committed on the season coming into today, so 50 errors total on the year at this point. So what that tells me is they make mistakes, but they find ways around it with their bats.
Yeah.
And now is the time to come through with those.
Sometimes you can outslug people, but when you get to this level where, you're playing the best teams in the state, there's not much room for error.
Quickly 2-0 on Jake Scott, who will lead off this 4th inning, the home half of the 4th. Tyler Bolkema and Nick Neary, your scheduled hitters here in the 4th. Here's a 2-0. In there for a called strike.
Good job as a leadoff guy. Take a strike. See if the pitcher will get wild on you.
2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Talked about this team. They're back-to-back GSSC champions as well. 9-1 in the Greater South Shore Conference. Two. Missing just outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We have a pretty good angle on home plate. That was very close.
That's close. Must have been low. Had a lot of the plate.
3-2. This one up the middle. Going to be picked up by Nash. He's got to throw over to first for out number 1. Nash not in the lineup as a hitter, but he's out there defensively doing good work.
Made that look pretty easy.
Yeah, kind of had a glide about him a little bit there.
Yeah. It's kind of hard sometimes when you're going that glove side, and it was an accurate throw, too. That his momentum was kind of carrying him toward right field, Nice play.
So Bolkema, converted outfielder into the infield. And that's all on the shoulders of Coach Vanderwood, who said, you know what, maybe arm's not strong enough yet. Let's move you in here where you can still do some good defensive work, and had to work really hard to get himself into that position, to learn the position. He's done pretty good so far in his career. Credits a lot to Coach Dale for the development of that.
He needs to have a little good 2-strike approach here.
Yeah, quickly 0-2 on him. I like the bat, though. 0-2. Called strike 3. Looking down Main Street right there. Seemed like a fastball right down the middle. What do you think? I mean, was he thinking something else?
You got to think fastball and adjust. You can't think otherwise. You can't think, he's going to throw me a curveball and then try to adjust the fastball. That's what happens. It's there on you too quick.
So here comes Neary. DH in the lineup today for Illiana. Grounded to shortstop his last time up. This one hit foul. That's going to bounce right back. Look out. And we got some fans saving each other out there. This ballpark's got some spring to it.
It does.
0-2. This one is in there for a strike. 0-2. Kicks and fires, working quickly. That one missing just outside. A lot of the Providence Pioneers were starting to make that little shift to their left to start heading toward their dugout, but
yeah, it was too close to take. I think you got to fight that off in the dugout.
1-2. This one fouled away. The shortstop Nash was doing like a little 2-step. He was like, "Ooh!"
He was ready. I think Jackson, if he threw a curveball here, he might have himself a strikeout.
Another 1-2. Breaking ball in there, looking, strike 3. And it looked like the curveball, Coach.
Yeah.
So back-to-back backwards Ks in the scorebook. And we go to the 5th. We're rolling right along. You're listening to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Welcome back to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brenner here along with the coach, Doug Nelson. Coverage today is brought to you by Anigenberg Exteriors. Experienced roofing and siding contractor serving Indiana, Illinois, and Kentucky. Visit them on the web at ebergexteriors.com. We've got awards we're going to hand out at the end of this one as well. We've got the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game to award. Our Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. And our Proud Unit Home Play of the Game presented by the Region Sports Network. We go to the top of the fifth inning. Providence still leading it 3-0. So leading off will be Gavin Jackson, the starting pitcher for Providence today, who's been doing really good work against this Illiana Christian offense, which, coming into today, averages just above 8.5 runs a game. Jackson swings to the first pitch, and it gets fouled off to our right. And it gets out of play, but the attendant over there, he got hands up waiting for it.
Thumbs up. He says thumbs up. We're all good. I got this covered.
It's the 0-1 breaking ball in there for a strike. Nice pitch from Post.
I think Post is doing a good job battling. I think, again, he doesn't have his best stuff right now, but he's hanging in there, giving him a chance. He didn't want to come off the field.
This one fouled off to the screen, so still 0-2. We do have action in the Providence bullpen. That'll be Jack Bile. Nothing going in the Illiana bullpen. We saw Scott in there a while ago. This one is a drop third strike. Gowans lets it get away from him. And that's just where, tough luck and bad breaks. You strike the guy out, but the ball gets away. So now Jackson stands at first base after the strikeout.
Just that kind of day right now for Illiana. Something's got to go their way and to change this momentum.
7 strikeouts on the day, by the way, by Post.
Yeah, like I said, he's doing a good job. The 3 errors behind him. But this is a beginning for him. 3rd time through the order now, Mike. That's a big deal.
Here comes Luke Kruer. Probably one of the hottest hitters in this lineup. Probably the hottest hitter. 427.
He's flown out to left and center field here today. He's got a sac fly in the 3rd.
A pitch inside, but called a strike.
Well, those guys, the way they are now, like I said, the lower levels here, college and high school, these guys stand right on top of the plate and dare you to pitch inside.
Slightly open stance, that front foot.
Oh, boy.
This one hits the runner as a little throw over to first base. It was not a strong throw.
No.
Didn't even get to Scott. It actually hit the runner in the legs.
It was almost like he was
just kind of
thought about it.
Yeah.
Second guessing it.
1-1. Popped up our way, but just to the right, not a play. Doug was ready. He was in his position.
I pounced. I was ready.
It's ready to go.
Still sore from golfing this morning. I'm a little slow.
Yes, it was the golf that made that happen. Throw over to first again, not in time.
Yeah, I got my money's worth. Let's put it that way. But we won't discuss scores, but
all right, I don't care what
son beat me.
I don't care what the score is. How many balls did you lose, though?
I lost track of that. I mean, good thing I got some balls for Christmas.
Swing and a miss for Kruer. Throw down to first, not in time to try to back pick. 8 strikeouts on the day for Post.
I think that's a big out. That's a big out for Illiana Christian.
And I don't think this is a dumb question, but maybe it is a dumb question. Is it easy or is it more challenging, like, to try to pitch to get the ground ball? You know what I'm saying? To try to force the double play.
Sure.
Is there a way to pitch that versus something else here? Swing and a miss at swinging a foul ball. Runner was going. Gavin Jackson.
Well, it's
because you're trying to induce the ground ball. So how easy is that to do? Where are you at with that?
Well, you as your pitcher, you want to try to think hard in and soft away. You want to pitch fastballs inside and away, the slow stuff, and to get the batter out front and kind of get a two-hopper to somebody. But again, you're trying to pitch to contact either way, just stay off the barrel.
Pitch is low, evens the count at 1.
And we've talked about it in the past too, Mike. I'm sure they talked about the lineup, and they know Providence's stats, and they're going to say, we're not going to let that guy beat us. We would do that. We would talk about it and say, we're not going to let this dude beat us. So he might not see a fastball the entire game.
Well, we talk about that with basketball, too. Like, we're not going to let this person beat us in this case. Like, there's that person you're just going to shut down.
Yeah. There was games, I can't remember, I was watching College World Series, and a kid got walked 3 times, intentionally walked.
3 and a miss, swing and a miss. 1 and 2, the count here on Strub.
And I think Post is doing a good job here of going to the off-speed more. When people get tired, they have a tendency to try to throw harder, and not. But what you should do what he's doing.
They got him!
They picked off.
The pickoff at first. A little bit of a stutter step, started to make the break towards second, stopped and started to move back to first, but he kind of got his feet hung up. That should be the second out of the inning.
Second out.
Because it technically was a strikeout, but he reached on the drop third strike.
That could be a momentum swinger here. Let's see what that does.
So now nobody on. 1-2 the count here on Strub. Post at 77 pitches. That one is in there for called strike 3. And 3 strikeouts in the inning. They get the pickoff. And this might be, as you said, Coach, the momentum they need. Let's get some bats going for Illiana. You're listening to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Save for a healthy tomorrow with an HSA checking account from Tech Credit Union. It's a tax-advantaged way to save and pay for healthcare expenses. You'll enjoy no setup fee, no annual fee, and easy access to funds. Plus, you'll earn a better-than-competitive dividend rate, currently at 2.27% APY. Visit techcu.org, contact any branch, or call 800-276-8324 to learn more. Tech Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA. Rates may change without notice.
Hey, welcome back. We're going to the bottom of the 5th inning here at Victory Field, beautiful Indianapolis, Indiana. I learned something today, Doug. This is the first time that our friend here to our left has been to our state's capital. He's never been to Indianapolis before.
What do you think? Do you approve?
He likes it.
Double thumbs up.
He had a pretty good, what would you call that, the breakfast lunch combo. The brunch. What did you have again? He had a pork tenderloin.
Was it big?
It was the big old pork. Yeah,
like a county fair kind of thing.
Oh, he was in heaven. He's got pictures of it.
Does it fit on your phone?
No, he's got them on his Rolodex.
Does it fit? It was a joke, size joke.
Oh, they said, does he have it on his phone? That's what I thought you said.
No, I said, does it fit?
All right, we're going to the bottom of the 5th. No more food talk.
I'm hungry already.
Tanner Post will lead things off, trying to help his case. We're kind of talking off air a little bit, Doug. Kind of, maybe we want to start, thinking about award winners. And, Tanner Post, deserving with the way he's been battling out here. So we've got time called issue over at third, but that might be a media timeout issue.
He's looking down the line.
I think it's to deal with the media.
Oh, he's looking. He's got his hand up.
Yep, okay. I think that's for
gotcha.
The television side of things.
Got to get those commercials in. Pay for Brandner's big pork tenderloins.
That's Zach's.
Oh, okay.
It pays for my hair and makeup team.
Gotcha. I saw the crew outside.
Yeah, because they didn't have a media credential, they couldn't come in.
Yeah, no kidding. Welcome to the club.
It's true. There was not a pass for Doug Nelson. He had to bribe his way through.
My old school ways came in.
Post fouls this one away. Count will even at 1 here.
I'm going to do the reverse announcer's jinx for our region team here, Mike, and say there's never been a no-hitter thrown in the IHSA state finals.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm doing all I can up here, boys.
Yeah, I actually hadn't looked at that.
I looked it up. I can read.
Proud of you.
As opposed to what you might think. Pictures and everything right here.
2-1, fouled away, and that got a piece of Lincoln Crewer, behind the dish. He's calling a really good game.
Yeah, you kind of walk out there.
Gavin Jackson.
Sorry, give the catcher a chance to catch his breath a little bit. It's a warm day.
It is.
Catcher go through a couple pounds today.
That's what we got to start doing.
I need to do that like every day, I guess. But yeah, I remember the when we went to state in the regionals, we had a catcher named Zach Mashesky, and he wanted to catch both games, and it was like warmer than this. I was like, Zach, are you sure? We have another catcher. Michael Balich was my other catcher, and Zach said, no, I'm good. So Balich was a DH, and he actually hit a home run that day.
2-2 to Pose. This one lifted in the air to left. Hewitt backing up and making the catch out in left.
It's good contact.
We've seen some really good contact from some of these Illiana hitters. They're just right at the defenders. This is
all you can
defensively a well-scouted game for Providence.
Keep plugging. Hit a ground ball.
This will bring up Luke Passo.
Yeah, 6 of the 13 outs so far have been fly balls. Five have been strikeouts. So
first pitch is a ball to him. First year on varsity for Passo. We talk about some of those guys stepping up. This is one of the guys a lot of the team will mention. He had more ABs this year than he did with JV the previous 2 years. 2-0. Missing upstairs, 3-0.
Yeah, all it takes one base runner. Illiana Christian's yet to have a base runner, Mike.
They had a walk and a hit by pitch.
Okay.
In that third inning.
Never mind.
And it's going to be
it's the reverse
one-out walk. There it is.
I'm working it, Mike.
A one-out walk. They want the hit, though.
Hey, base runners, find a way. You watch, the first hit's going to be like some squibber, spinner, duck snort.
It's going to be, like the catcher falling on the pitcher or something like that?
And then the floodgates will open.
Pitch coming inside, losing it a little bit. You can see a little frustration with Jackson as that one got pulled inside a little bit. You talked about, when you're not totally gassed, but sometimes when you start to feel it go a little bit, you try to do a little something extra.
Well, we did see someone up in their bullpen already.
Jackson fires one right down the heart of the plate. That time for a strike.
Yeah, it looks like Illiana Christian might be taking a strike, and that's what you do when you're losing. You could find a base runner any way you can.
Spanstra, who took a walk his last time, check over at first, not back in time. Or not there in time as the runner gets back in time. Check on him again. Do they get him? No, they do not, but a very close play over at first.
Yeah. Now's not the time to get picked off.
That is a nice move there by Jackson, though, on the bump.
Yeah. He's got quick feet. Have you stayed at the JW Marriott that we're staring at right now?
I have not.
It's not fancy.
It's weird you asked me that because I literally just looked at that.
Yeah.
Did you look at my eyes or something?
No, I did not look at your eyes. I think we both looked up because I heard a jet.
Yeah, we heard something fly by. Yeah. So I just looked over at the gigantic building to our left there in left center.
I like how they always put fun stuff up on the eastern bound side.
Yeah, they got the swimming trials logos on there for USA Swimming. Check swing called strike 3 for Banstra.
They'll put the brackets up there for the Final Four. All kind of fun stuff for the
Love it.
Indy 500.
It would be really cool if they could put like a graphic where like at the first like team that like underseeded team gets the win, they just like the bracket just like splits in half.
Right.
Broken.
Wah, wah, wah.
Here comes Luke Smith. This one popped in the air. Bile calling everybody off. Keeps running in. Has to make the catch. And that'll be the third out of the inning. We go to the 6th. You're watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Planting a tree, installing a fence, whether your project is big or small, NIPSCO reminds you to know what's below and contact 811 at least 2 full business days before doing any digging so that utility companies can mark the location of their underground lines. Contacting 811 is free and it's the law. Avoid possible penalties, costly repairs, or injuries. DIY or a pro, safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time.
We go to the top of the 6th inning here at Victory Field. The Vic, as they call it, home of the Indianapolis Indians. On the road this weekend, obviously. The minor league team of the Pittsburgh Pirates. So they're used to seeing some good pitching matchups. Paul Skeens would have been here.
Skeens, yeah, I think he threw here once.
Once is enough. One of the nice things about being able to come here to cover Baseball State is, you start looking through some of these suites and just kind of through the lobby a little bit here in the upper deck, and just the history and the amount of quality guys that have come through Indianapolis to play.
That's why I love any minor league field. The stories, if that place could talk, like you said, the talent that's come through and the guys that have to work to try to get to that level and try to get beyond that level. So.
Well, you even think about the guys that are the talent that comes through that never actually, that maybe never actually reach the big leagues. Maybe there's an injury and there's a guy that, that was a stud and stuff like that.
Yeah, there are so many kids. Think about how many kids get drafted every year. Don't even make it. They get that bonus and they try, and it's hard.
And leading off this 6th inning and getting over the head of Banstra, leading off the inning is Crewer, and Crewer digging in for third. It'll be a leadoff triple.
Yeah, off the left-handed bat to left field, that ball's going to tail. And with the swirling wind, the left fielder had a really hard time trying to pick up that ball and did not take a good route to it.
So Lincoln Crewer leads off this 6th inning with a triple. It just, got over the head of Banstra, put up a good arm to try to get that ball. It just got over his head, though, and rolled all the way to the wall. We're going to have a courtesy runner for Providence. It will be number 10 again, Proctor.
Yeah, you got to play your infield in now. You can't give up any more runs.
Yeah, infield playing in. Everybody on that edge of the dirt and grass, or the lip as you call it.
That's
what everybody calls it.
That's where bad hops live.
Bad hops and nightmares are made.
Oh, again, great block there by the catcher.
Ronnie.
Coach Vanderwood might be coming out to talk to the pitcher again.
Yep, we got Vanderwood coming out.
Real quick, Mike, I want to say hi to my wife. She texted me and said they're listening. She's at work.
Hello.
Hardworking woman. She's at the LaPorte County Juvenile Services Center listening with the kids. So hi to you guys, and be nice to my wife, please. Pretty please.
Well, and a happy early Father's Day to you as well.
Yeah, thank you. Like I said, got to hang out with Kale this morning. He pounded me in golf, and beautiful day for it.
And a happy early Father's Day to all the dads out there. And if my
you guys
memory,
have a picnic planned or anything tomorrow? Gonna go see
the family is coming over to my parents' house tomorrow.
There you go.
So we'll get to see.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
see a lot of the fam.
Go see my mom and dad and eat too much food and.
Swing and a miss by Sad. He has struck out both appearances here today against Tanner Post. And then, I haven't even figured out whether he's given up 3 runs on the day. Only one of them is maybe earned.
Yeah, maybe the one in the first inning. That triple and that sac fly, right?
So he's actually done a really, really good job today.
That's what I'm saying.
I know he's frustrated with himself as he lets this one get away, and that's going to be a walk. So the first 2 are on.
I'm telling you, and I know we've talked about it a couple times, but that's a factor.
Yeah.
A guy throws so many pitches to get the team here. By the time they get here, what do they have left in the tank? And I know you have all week to get, to rest and get ready, but it adds up, man. Those innings add up. Middle of the infield's back. They'll turn 2.
Yeah, they will sacrifice the run to get 2 outs. And this one on the ground, left side and past Vanderwood. Just perfectly executed. The runner at first was on the move. Vanderwood was breaking towards second, and the ball was just hit to his right. Had he stayed where he would normally position himself, it would have been a clean play. But unfortunately, it's going to be an RBI single, and everyone's going to get to have their base.
I know Providence is number 2 in the state at 2A, but everything is going their way right now. That was a hit and run, perfectly executed. They just rolled it out to where the shortstop covers because it's an opposite. If the guy's a lefty, the shortstop covers. If it's a right-handed batter, the second baseman covers. Everything is going their way. That's great execution right there.
Yeah, it really was a thing of beauty.
Didn't try to do too much with it.
Carter Odafor will be our pinch hitter here in this number 9 spot.
First baseman's playing in hard to try to take this bunt away.
First pitch in there for a called strike. Odafor didn't like it, but it is 4-0 Providence here. In the first 2 games, North and South is split. Bar Reeve won Class 1A. New Prairie won Class 3A yesterday. By the way, we talked about Illiana was looking for 20 consecutive wins in the tournament. They have a lot of work to do to continue that, to get to 20. They're currently at 19. Lafayette Central Catholic, who was the other team for that 1A state championship, they were at 20 at that time and lost that. They hold the record with 38 wins in a tournament, by the way.
That's a lot.
I mean, you consider over the fact of years, swing and a miss here, 2-2.
As we said, how many things got to go right? You have one bad day like it's gone so far against Illiana Christian, you're done.
And when we talk about these tournaments, we're talking every sectional game, every regional, every semi-state. That's what we're talking about when we say tournament games. So Illiana has won 19 in a row, and for a school to go 38, that is the record.
Yeah.
That is
Think
incredible.
about that. That's twice as many.
Chopper to the right side. They're going to try to turn 2. 4-6, and it's not going to be an out at first, so they'll get the force at second. Lead runner Sad gets all the way to third.
Courtesy runner, maybe again.
So Proctor had scored in that last play, so he was in place of Kruger there. So that was the 4th run to come across the board. Now you got runners on the corners again. We are going to have another courtesy runner here. That'll be
number 9.
That'll be back in his spot, Brian Wall.
I'm sure coaching Providence coach is going to have them. They're going to keep the people moving. They're trying to add on here. They know that things can change quickly. First and third with one out. They've been stealing.
First pitch into Hewitt. In for a strike. So we talked about the dimensions of this field. You got basically 320 down the lines, 362 to right center. I mean, it's like 410, 415, 418 out into center. Runner comes home. Bunt is fouled away. Doing a little suicide squeeze there.
You know how I feel about the suicide.
I
love
know
it.
You love it.
I love it.
Well,
the most exciting playing baseball.
The thing I was getting at here is really, as a high school team, you're kind of forced. I mean, unless you are really just a slugging team,
well,
you're kind of forced to play a little small ball in this park.
Well, I think if he was to hit one to left center right now, he could probably hit the inside the park home run, right?
Right. Well, yes. That's a little different story, though.
Yeah, the big gaps here, and that's definitely a possibility here in big fields, but. That ball was hit to left field from that lefty. That would have been gone at a lot of parks. Think about that.
Oh, yeah. Runner at first goes. Runner at third stays. So Wall scampers on down to second with a stolen base.
And that pulls the infield back in. Takes away the double play.
That is 4 stolen bases on the day for Providence. Again, that is kind of that small ball mentality.
I think you have to. I think we saw it last night. New Prairie did it.
That comes in and hits Hewitt on a 2-2 pitch.
Might be it.
Yeah, Vanderwood is coming out of the dugout. He's pointing. But the thing, though, Coach, is nobody's warming up in the Illiana pen.
Well, they had somebody up, so he might be warm. And a hot day like this, so it doesn't take long.
I say it was Scott.
And you're at the 2 spot here with Jack Bile. He's yet to get a hit, but might be a suicide squeeze isn't out of the realm of possibility here.
Trying to talk into existence?
I wouldn't
you
mind
love it.
I wouldn't mind it.
The reason I know you love it is because you put it on social media yesterday.
Yes, I did. The Cubs did it. 2 squeezes in a row. Only way they can score a run right now.
I was more impressed that there were no misspellings because I figured you were all so excited that you were just your hands were shaking.
Well, that's the auto check or whatever that's called.
God bless technology.
Thank goodness for that. I was listening to a podcast on the way down talking about AI. We're in trouble, Mike.
Oh, I know. 0-1, this one on the ground. This will be a foul ball off to the left. Actually, I will give a little shout-out. We'll give, shout-outs to region stuff here.
Yeah.
I was at a professional development where, Hobart High School is actually trying to use that for a teacher perspective to their advantage and trying to find ways to help them incorporate more of that to help them in their classrooms with their students.
I've seen there's a lot of there's resources, and there's going to be more.
Oh, yeah. Well, Hobart's kind of at the forefront of that.
Very good.
We'll let the mayor know.
Sure, he'd love to hear that. But, it's there, and anything that can help the students be more proficient in reading, math, whatever, we'll do it.
1-2, the count on Bile. Post will step off to regather some thoughts here, maybe go through the signs again. Infield still drawn in. Outfield is a little bit more in than I would be expecting here, Coach.
Yeah, they've been there. But, again, this is at that point of the game.
Pitches outside, 2-2.
Kind of dared you to hit the ball over their head, but Providence has proven they can, especially in the 2-hole, 3-hole. There's kind of the meat of their order here. The post has got to come right here. He's got to throw a strike in this pitch. You don't want to go full count.
Biles' line has looked a little interesting. 2-2, just high. Bile, a sacrifice fly in the first, hit by pitch and scored a run in the third, and then struck out in the fourth.
A little bit of everything.
Post has his signs. The left-hander deals the 3-2. This one lined into left, down the left field line. This will score a few. 2 runs come in and score. And it's an RBI double for Bile. A 2 RBI double.
Yeah, Providence has done a great job of taking advantage of the walks and the pitches that Post has thrown, because Post is getting behind a lot of guys. But a great job there by Bile to drive that ball. And that was what I was thinking. I was wondering if the guy on third was going to score.
Well, definitely. Credit to Banstra. He got that in very quickly. It was just roped down the left field line, and Coach Vanderwood coming out.
Yeah, that might be it.
And it looks like he's going to make a switch. We believe it'll be Jake Scott, but we'll find out officially here. Scott's already kind of taken the glove off the hand, but we'll wait. And the ball has been handed to Scott, and he will get a change of mitt too. I know Post is going to be disappointed with the performance today, letting up 6 runs, but I thought he did a heck of a job.
I thought he battled, Mike.
He battled very well.
He's battled through 3 errors. I know he's given up 7 hits, but as you mentioned, a lot of those runs are unearned. And again, I think he just kind of ran out of gas. He didn't have his pop. Before, his fastball, when we saw him earlier, like at the regional when he was at Gary, it was tailing more. It was tailing more to the left-handed batter, and it just didn't have that movement today.
So we're going to step aside while Scott warms up. You are watching Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
The Athletic Performance Factory is Northwest Indiana's premier athletic training center. The 40,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility features batting cages, a sand training room, a new outdoor turf infield, and so much more. Check out the facility for one of their daily classes at 3150 45th Street in Highland. Interested in signing up for team workouts or individual lessons? Check out their website at trainapf.com or contact them at 219-750-1087. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
Welcome back to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network. Jake Scott will take over on the bump for Illiana Christian. Tanner Post will move over to first base.
Yeah, Jake Scott is 5-1 on the year with a 2.10 ERA, so he's no slouch. He's got to give Illiana a chance here. He's got to hold the Providence here at 6 runs and try to get out of this.
Gavin Jackson lifts one into left. Banstra coming over and can't get it as it hits the screen out in foul territory to the left. What an effort from Banstra.
Mike, that's one of those plays there. As a foul ball, do you catch it? Because if you catch it, he's going to tag up and score from third.
Correct. Yeah, with only one out here in the
inning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of those, it's one of those baseball plays you talked about earlier.
I think your instincts as a player, though, is to catch the ball.
Oh, yeah.
And then you remember the situation second. One comes inside. I'm sorry, outside, excuse me. So miss in there. So Scott is a catcher by trade. Came into the year with 1 varsity AB and has really kind of taken over. He had 0 innings pitched. And, if you look at his numbers pitching-wise, he's up there in terms of top of the numbers when it comes to innings pitched. Came in 33 innings pitched into this game here today. So 0 last year and into 33 here this year. Breaking ball misses. Runners do not advance as it gets away from Gowans a little bit. You know, his whole mentality, you said this year, has kind of just been a moment of capture it. You know, capture the moment, capture everything. Take what's yours, take what, you know.
That's deep. That's good stuff. You know, someone's teaching these young men good, like I said, life skills, and that's good.
Breaking ball missing inside, so 3-2 the count. You know, he took over, like I said, he's a catcher by trade, but he's the first baseman normally when he's not pitching, and he would reach out to Cody DeYoung, the former first baseman on this Illiana team, just to kind of get some advice on how to play the position and pointers. This one tails outside, so that'll be a walk. And now the bases are loaded.
This is a hard situation for him. He's got to calm down a little bit. I know it's tough on the biggest stage in high school baseball, but he's kind of yanking it. He's kind of yanking it across his body to that glove side. I don't know if he's trying to throw too hard or what, but here's the situation right here. Is we have one of the better hitters in Indiana with the bases loaded. This is so.
And only one out in the inning. Providence leads at 6-0. Breaking ball misses outside.
Yeah, you don't want to give in, but you got to challenge him. No place to put him.
Outfield is kind of shaded to the left. Everybody's kind of moved, a little shifted to their left.
Yeah.
A decent amount. Infield still drawn in.
If he was to slice one down the right field line, he could run forever.
This one popped in the air.
It's going to come back.
Trying to stay in play. It will get out of play. Yeah, the wind just kind of pushed that one into foul territory. It looked like McDonald may have had a beat on it, but wind pushed it.
As we said, it'll kind of banana. It'll kind of go up and then go back down and come back toward the playing field. There was one I'm sure Coach Vanderwood would have loved to stay in play.
It's a 1-1. Breaking ball misses outside. Now, I can't confirm this, but I don't believe Zach Miller has eaten a banana today. He's eaten a lot of food today, but he hasn't eaten a banana.
Hasn't been sharing much.
We got a long night ahead of us still. 2-1. Just missing outside.
This is that point where Mike and you've got to be able to throw more than your strike for a fastball for a strike. You got to be able to throw your curveball for a strike, changeup, something else other than a fastball, because right now they're just sitting dead red.
Well, and the problem that you run into too is obviously bases loaded. You have one of the best hitters in the state of Indiana. How hard do you want to challenge him? I mean, if you throw it down the middle, that ball is ball 4 and it gets away. The run scores anyway on the walk.
Again, a tough spot for him to come into and hurry up and try to gather your nerves. You're pitching in the biggest game of your life. Oh, but by the way, the guy's on second and third, and you got to face one of the better hitters in Indiana. No time for that.
Infield still drawn in here as Blake Strube will come up. He's 1 for 3 today.
I'm also surprised at this point the middle's not back. Maybe he tried to turn two.
Yeah.
This is the 9th hitter of the inning. This is about ready to destroy our scorebooks, Mike.
Yeah, I hate an unclean scorecard. But,
here we go.
It is what it is. No, it's going to be a double play right here. Let's go.
Yep. Jinx.
1-0.
Right.
Ground ball to third.
Oh, no.
Bobbled by McDonald. Everyone's going to be safe.
It's going to be a shame. Hopefully they, turn things around. But it's going to be one of those games of what could have been if we could have made some clean plays.
According to the scoreboard, 5th error, or is it the fourth error of the game for Illiana. Breaking ball in there for a called strike on Lincoln Kruer, who led off this inning, getting his second at bat.
And if you're a pitcher, you just got to continue to try to throw ground balls.
Well, and the other thing, we got to start thinking about here, too. It's the 6th inning. It's 8-0. If Providence were to score 2 more runs and Illiana doesn't score in the bottom of the 6th, this ball game is over.
Do they do the 10-run rule in the state finals? I want to say they don't do it.
They may not. I don't know. I guess I don't know the answer to that question. This one is a fly ball to left. Banstra getting underneath it, making the catch. Runner's going to fake a run home, but runner's going to stay at third. A nice throw from Banstra out there.
I think it's a good job by the kid on third. Fake it. And you just want to make him get a throw.
Can you use your binoculars and see, is that still Banstra out there? It's got to be, right? I thought I saw a 1 as opposed to a 3. We got to call time.
3.
There is a ball loose.
Number 3.
It is, okay. I thought I saw it as a 1, but nope, still Banstra.
We have number 2 warming up in the bullpen.
So that was Crew that flew out to left. Nobody advances. Here is Connor Sad, who has struck out twice and walked.
Scored a run this inning already. Trying to really blow it open, as you mentioned.
5 runs here in the 6th inning that comes in and hits Sad in the back. So another run. That's a painful way to get an RBI, but he'll take it.
He will take it.
So it is 9-0 in favor of the Pioneers.
The wheels have absolutely fallen off here for Illiana Christian here in the top of the 6th.
This bottom of the 6th is about to get raucous. A 9 spot coming up. That's what it feels like, Coach.
Yeah, I hope so.
You thought you saw craziness before.
Hope so. The clouds are kind of going behind the stadium, and the people are moving down now. I see some LC blue down in the corner.
Yeah, people are moving. They were staying out of the direct sunlight. People are starting to move creep their way closer to the dugouts. We've seen some really good crowds here this whole weekend. This one lifted off to the left and will get out of play. Lucas Mock is your hitter right now from that left side. 1-1 the count on him.
Mock has got on by an error in the third baseman and grounds out to the shortstop, and has a single on the day with an RBI. 4 at-bats for the young man already. This is his 4th, but that's a lot from the bottom of the order.
1-1 the count on him. Scott checks that runner at second. Checks again, and we'll have time called. Yeah, a lot of times when Mock's geared up and he's got that bat ready to go, he's kind of ready into swing mode, and then all of a sudden it takes a long time for the pitcher to deliver the ball. You just feel like you've exerted too much energy. So when lifted down the left field line, it will get out of play.
Yeah, he's a left-handed or left field hitter, that's for sure, isn't he? Kind of a slasher. His base hit, I believe, was to left field.
It was, yeah.
The third baseman was playing in for a bunt. So he
willing to go the other way. I love that
slapper.
Too out of a baseball
like
player.
Like a girls softball player. Those slappers.
Yeah. One, 2. Tails outside, so evens the count at 2. 2 outs in the inning. Providence has scored 6 times here in this 6th inning. Scott comes set, has the sign he wants. 2-2. This one grounded up the middle, hits the pitcher's mound, picked up by Banstra, and will step on the cushion to force the out at second base, and they get out of the inning. But the damage has been done. 6 runs in that 6th inning. It's 9-0 Providence. We go to the bottom of the 6th. You're watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Centrally located in downtown Indianapolis, the Hampton Inn is just steps away from Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Situated at 105 South Meridian Street, shopping, restaurants, entertainment, and many Indianapolis attractions are in near proximity. Hampton Inn has much to offer, including a hot breakfast, high-speed internet access in every room, as well as a gym fitness center. For reservations, call 317-261-1200, and the website is hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.
We go to the bottom of the sixth inning here at Victory Field in Indianapolis. You are watching the Indiana High School Baseball State Championship presented by Enigenberg Exteriors on the Region Sports Network, a premier provider of roofing and siding services with over 40 years of experience. Check them out on the web at ebergexteriors.com. Scheduled hitters for Illiana Christian, Aaron Gowans, Isaac Vanderwood, and Jake Scott, your top of the order guys. Kind of what you want coming up after a rough top of the sixth inning. You want your top guys coming in. It's all right, these are the leaders, top guys in your lineup.
Yeah. You need to find a way to get on. You need to get on the plate, take a pitch like Coach Vanderwood's been doing, and any way it takes, you got to get on base right now and at least get in the hit column.
That's one of the things that's definitely needed this inning. Gowans trying to get that, turns on it just a little bit too much and rips it foul.
He has struck out looking and flown out to center field today.
Ball gets away, the bullpen at Illiana Christian, so time is called. It's one of the things I feel like a lot of places you don't see anymore. The bullpen's actually like on the field.
Yeah.
Gowans swinging hard, trying to put some power behind that bat.
I like the bullpens on the field. You know,
feels old school.
It does. It's a little quirky. It's kind of like that's what I like about some baseball fields is each one's different.
The 0-2 pitch is upstairs, so a ball and 2 strikes. I think there's only 2 major league parks that have it on the sides now.
Yeah.
1-2. Gowans checked his swing. They're going to appeal down to first. No swing.
And again, it can be dangerous if the left fielder or right fielder have to run toward.
Yeah.
It's a mound. You know, that's quite the incline. You can't really tell it from here, but it's.
We saw it in the Cubs game the other day. The left fielder for the Rays tripped over his own mound. Fouled away. So 2-2 the count here on Ronnie.
Did you say the Cubs tripped on their own mound?
No, the Rays tripped on their own mound.
Okay.
Called strike 3. Outer part of the plate. Gowans didn't like it.
Again, those are the ones you just got to foul off. If you don't like it, foul it off. Choke it up. Put it in play or foul it off. You can't leave it in the hands of the umpire.
So this brings up Isaac Vanderwood. Mentioned how he was nominated to that North-South game, which is always a huge honor for any player here in the state of Indiana.
Yeah, as we mentioned, he's going to go play at University of Virginia.
Yep.
Who is playing in the College World Series, and he's got a bright future.
Vanderwood pops it up, right side. Giving chase and giving it is Wall. Last note on Vanderwood, he was voted co-district player of the year, so one of the best players in the entire region for District A. He shares that title with Griffin Tobias, who we will see here a little bit later on this evening. A couple of notes coming here from IHSAA. Big thanks to them, and they're letting us know that there is no 10-run rule in the state championship game. So they play through all 7 innings regardless of the score. The only game of the season where that rule is not in effect. Doesn't matter anyway. Popped up. Wall again. Picks it up. So we've completed 6. We go to the 7th and final inning of regulation. You are listening to the 2A state championship here in the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With 40 years of experience serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee, Enegenberg Exteriors has only had one goal in mind: to achieve excellent customer service. From commercial and residential roofing to siding, window, and door replacement, Enegenberg Exteriors delivers 110% customer satisfaction from the first hello to the final walkthrough. Visit enegenberg.com for more information, or give them a call at 219-365-2837. Enegenberg Exteriors, restoring hope one project at a time.
When life takes you places and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strack and Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use, and it can save you time and money. Once your order is in, our own Strack and Van Til team preps your order with care. For delivery or pickup, enjoy the convenience of letting our to-go team shop for you. Enjoy your special moments. Sign up online today at shop.strackandvantil.com.
Welcome back to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brenner here along with the coach, Doug Nelson. Coverage today is brought to you by Enegenberg Exteriors. New pitcher on the bump for Illiana. It looks like number 2, Gabe Soto. He's transferred from Lake Central a couple of years ago.
Comes in with an 0-1 record with a 6.00 ERA, according to the stats that were given.
Yeah, the program sometimes, and we should have prefaced this at the beginning of the broadcast, there are occasions where, normally we get our stats from Max Preps, and sometimes depending on who's the one uploading those games, sometimes the stats might be a little bit different. Somebody may have called it an error versus a hit or whatever the case may be. So sometimes the numbers are a little bit different compared to what we have in our program versus what we found on Max Preps, which is what we're kind of using to get us prepped for the week. Leading off for Providence here in the 7th inning is Brian Wall. So Gabe Soto. This one lined into center field for a leadoff base hit. And just like that, the hit parade and the moving through the roster keeps on going here for Providence.
At this point, too, Mike, and you start wondering if the coach will get subs in. You know what I mean? It's 9-0 in the sorry 8-0 no 9.
It is 9-0
in the top of the 7th. See if get some subs in and say they can play that they played in a state championship game. I'm not saying you're conceding, but now's the time to try to get guys in.
Well, and it's just a matter of trying, out of respect to the players that have been such a huge part of, your team. Yeah, maybe they don't get the same minutes or playing times or innings or anything like that, but, are there in practice every single day and deserve a chance to say they played on this field as well.
Right. They deserve an at-bat. Let them get dirty.
I think this is one time where whoever washes the clothing at home, I think they'll be willing to. Yeah, I'm okay cleaning the jersey.
Yeah,
if it meant it came from Victory Field.
When we went down in 2010 or 11, whatever it was, and we let the kids keep their uniforms, so just a memento.
That's cool.
Memento.
Pitches upstairs on Hewitt, so 3-0 the count on him. As the breeze continues to kind of whip around here at the stadium, as you can kind of hear it through our headsets a little bit, and we're right behind home plate, but then you look at the flags out and left, and they're blowing straight out to left.
Yeah.
And the wind coming at us is like coming like it was coming in from left.
I was going to say, I feel it on my left side, and it's blowing from the right side so it does kind of whip around in here.
You're going to get Zach thinking about ice cream swirls.
He would probably just get one for himself. He wouldn't share.
And we'll have a defensive indifference as the runner heads out to second base.
That is ball 4.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yep. Well, he was running anyway. So
yeah.
So Jake Bio will come up here.
Bio had a big double last time up in that big 6th inning for Providence, 2 RBIs.
This one lifted into center. Going back on it is Smith, who makes the catch. They're going to try the runner at third. The runner is going to advance from second. It was a good throw in.
Yeah, that's
not
a
much
great
you can
play.
do with that.
Great play. He got behind the ball, got in position to make that strong throw. Also keeps the runner at first, keeps the double play on.
Yeah, so the runner at first does stay as well, so good job by Isaac Vanderwood cutting that play off, which is really what allowed the runner at first to stay.
Yeah.
And this will bring up Gavin Jackson, who's been pitching a gem of a game for the Pioneers. 9 runs on 8 hits, no errors. And we were handed some notes just before we took that last commercial break, just kind of as just so you know, you can include it on your broadcast from the IHSAA, which we greatly appreciate. And Doug, you had already said it, but there have been no hitters in the baseball state finals in any format you look at. Ball gets away from Tanner Post a little bit over at first on the pickoff attempt, but nobody advances here.
Yeah, he was leaning.
Yeah, so when we say it's state championship game or the semifinal, because there used to be a semifinal game to qualify to get to the state championship game. Imagine that on a day like this, you have to play 2 games.
I think it should be 2 out of 3.
So you want to go with a series?
Yep.
I'm not opposed to that.
You know, that way if you got a hot pitcher, you still got it's a team, but that's just me.
I mean, well, I guess the reason why I would say no is because you don't really play series in high school baseball to begin with. 2-game series would be about it.
I just like you have to beat me twice kind of thing.
Pitches upstairs. Runner heads down to first. We'll call it a stolen base.
Yeah, but that's baseball. You know, like the College World Series is double elimination.
Yeah, that's true.
Playoffs in college. I just think it would be something different. You know, it's like basketball's going to the shot clock. Do you hear that in Illinois?
Yeah.
It's getting closer.
All right.
We're getting closer.
Yeah, but I think that's where you and I, we usually agree on those things.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is one of those where we disagree. Because you don't want the shot clock, correct?
No.
Ball 4 to Gavin Jackson. And now bases loaded here, only 1 out. So infield, where they've been playing a decent amount already, we have a courtesy runner as well.
Crewer up again with the bases loaded. He walked last time.
Did you mention who that courtesy runner was? Wint. Mason Wint is number 16.
16, yeah.
Yep, Mason Wint. Sorry, I wasn't listening to you as I was sneezing.
Shocker.
I was sneezing. 0-1 here on Luke Crewer. As we've mentioned, one of the hottest hitters. He seems to be coming up in these situations a decent amount.
No wonder he gets so many RBIs.
Swing and a miss. 0-2.
They're still not giving in to him. Curveball, 2 strikes.
He doesn't have a hit, but he does have 2 RBIs. Gives him 46 on the year.
See his 2-strike approach. See if Soto can sit him down.
0-2 on the right side. Picked up Bolkema over to the plate. They get the out at home plate, and that's all they'll get for the second out. Heads up play by Bolkema at second.
Nice play there. Stay down. Make sure you ball first. Before you do anything, you got to have the ball first. So he kind of hesitated, didn't he? He kind of
It definitely seemed a little bit slow developing, that's for sure.
He made sure that he had the ball first. Good job.
Well, I mean, let's face it, too. You're going against kind of muscle memory. A ground ball comes to you, you're used to throwing to first.
Yeah.
So you're kind of going against what your first instincts are by throwing home.
It's a different throw.
We talked about him converting as an outfielder, so, kind of has the idea as an outfielder to be able to throw forward as opposed to your side.
Yeah, it's different. It's total shift of your shoulders,
0-1 comes inside on Strub.
And
no, I don't know, because when my shoulders do wacky things like that, It's very painful.
You go to the chiropractor, right?
Go to a specialist.
Yeah.
1-1 here on Strub with 2 away here in the top of the 7th inning. Soto checking that runner. Infield is back, by the way. This one fouled back to the screen.
Yeah, they'll take a force here. You got to force it anywhere with 2 outs. What do you have for Strub on that second at bat? Is that a base hit?
I have base hit.
Okay.
And reached second base on an error.
Okay.
1-2. Misses outside, 2-2. Now, normally we're talking about those are, it's a setup pitch for later, but you're not really working it for that particular purpose. You're just making sure they have a different eye level.
Right. You're trying to get him to chase.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the next at bat. It's just trying to get chase or set up this pitch right here. 2-2. Just missing upstairs.
Now, if you're Straub, you're sitting dead fastball. Full count. Again, these guys, you have to prove that you can throw the curveball for a strike, and the Illiana Christian pitchers have had a trouble with that.
Is that what
today.
you would go with here? Would you go curve or would you go fastball?
I have to throw a fastball right here.
3-2. This one comes back to the screen.
Yeah, until you prove you can throw that for a strike. Yeah, some high school programs, and I know some college and pros all do it, but they have that walkie-talkie in the dugout where they message the call to the catcher, and then they signal it to the. Have you seen that yet?
I have not. Not for baseball. 3-2. Swing and a miss. So Illiana's got some work to do. We go to the bottom of the 7th. You're listening to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
Rolling on to the bottom of the 7th here at Victory Field in Indianapolis. The story not good for the Vikings, unfortunately. But one thing they definitely want to do is squeak out at least a base hit here. They do not want to be the first team in IHSAA baseball history to be no hit in a game. We've had some one-hitters. That happened in 3A back in 99. And then in single A in 2021. The lowest amount of hits in 2A has been 2, and that was in 2021. Kevin Corcoran also only allowed 2 hits in that game against Centerville in 2022. So Illiana has kind of been on both sides of this at this point. First pitch into the leadoff hitter, Tyler Bolkema, is upstairs. I'm sorry, second pitch. That's 2-0 now. Excuse me.
He's going to take a strike.
0 for 2 today, ground out and strike out. And that's going to be ball number 3 as that one trails in. We've had a few base runners. 3 total for Illiana. Jackson looking to go the distance, and we'll have time called. As Bolkema steps out. Had a really nice play there in the top half of the 7th. 3-0 is in there for a strike. trying to prevent that run to come across the board, which would have been the 10th run for Illiana in the top of the 7th had they gotten a run in, but Balkema cut it down. 3-1 upstairs, and it's a leadoff walk.
Well, that's how it starts. Again, you'll take 20 walks right now just to find a way to get something going.
Comes Nick Neary. Also 0 for 2 today.
Yeah. Strikeout looking and ground out to third baseman to see if he takes a strike as well.
Takes the first pitch in for a strike. Hitting .235 in the postseason, minus the 2 at-bats today. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
Yeah, Neary's had trouble with that curveball all day. That's what he struck out on last at-bat, but he's got to stay back and try to shoot that in the right center gap.
Tanner Post awaits on deck. Ball tails outside, 1-2. You would think with the sophistication of some of these scoreboards, we can get like a pitch count on the board.
Or velocity.
Swing and a miss on the 1-2. One away.
Again, that was that curveball away. And like I said, Neary's been having problems picking that up.
8 strikeouts on the day for Jackson.
I was also looking up there to see if they had like a timer, because in minor league they have timer in between pitches, right?
Yeah.
So I was kind of wondering where that might be.
The timer is actually, it's out in center field somewhere, but they just put the time of day on the on that clock. So whatever time it is here, which it is almost 7 o'clock here in Indianapolis. 6 o'clock back home.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
Yeah, right above the cameraman out there. 0-1 here on Post. That hits him on the 0-1 pitch, so 2 on. Hits and walks. Only way Illiana's been on base so far today. Luke Passo was one of those walks in the 5th inning. We'd like to see a base hit here. First pitch to him, outside part of the zone, but called a strike.
Yeah, again, they'll take anything right now. Like I said, a little squibber, a little duck snort, and find a way to get something going.
Fouled back to the screen, 0-2. Spencer Banstra awaits on deck.
Yeah, there's been very few balls hit hard by Illiana Christian today. Jackson's done a good job of keeping them off balance.
Not a chance here from the Providence side. Oh, and 2 to Passo. Misses outside, ball and 2 strikes.
He's got to find a way. Get your toes on that line, choke up, just poke it to right field. Battle, battle, battle. Find a way.
And that's going to be called strike 3, outside part of the plate. It's been a strike all day long, Coach.
5, 6 strikeouts looking.
Of his 9.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough to come back from, along with the 4 errors.
So this brings up Banstra. It's also one of those walks. First pitch in there for a strike. No matter what the outcome of this game, Coach, it's been amazing to watch what Coach Vanderwood has done with this team. I know there's emotions going. Obviously, last time coaching his son as a head coach as well. He'll get to coach him in the North-South game, but as a 97 Illiana grad himself, this has been a pretty tremendous run he's been on for this Illiana Christian team.
Yeah, no question. And every interaction I've ever had with him as a coach, as in media, it's been nothing but positive. He's a class guy, and he's done a great job in such a short time.
0-1 becomes 0-2, and I know you'll appreciate this even more. He's much like you. He is a Swiftie.
Oh.
He went on the Eras tour with his daughters.
That's my wife. She's coming actually.
No, it's you.
It's no.
We've got secret footage of you in the car on the way
That's-
down here. You said you were listening to a podcast.
My wife is actually coming down here to Indianapolis when Taylor Swift is in Indy in November.
Called strike 3 to Banstra, and Providence has won the 2A state title
with a no-hitter. Congrats to them.
The first no-hitter in IHSAA baseball history. And it goes to Gavin Jackson. And you really can't do anything other than just hat tip. I mean, pitches were working. It's not like there were bad swings on these at bats. Everything just worked out in his favor today.
He was dominant. I mean, what do you say? He pounded the zone, and he did something that's never been done, Mike. And that's cool that we were here to see it. And again, congrats to Providence. But what a run for Illiana Christian.
Finishes also with 10 strikeouts on the day, 7 of which were looking. But no matter how you look at it, I mean, Illiana comes in here 3 times in a row. A lot of players over the course of their careers never get a chance to play here in Indianapolis, and a lot of these guys at least have the opportunity to play once, twice, 3 times even. It doesn't happen all too often, so nothing to hang your heads on. Didn't turn out the way you wanted it today. However, the experiences and the memories that you'll experience, especially as a team, last a lifetime.
And we talked about it too. And they said that, and to Gavin Meyer, the guy that got the UCL, and I'm sure he would love to be out there with his buddies. He is, but he would love to be out on the field. But he was a quality player, and again, I know I mentioned it before, but just more of a testament to the job that Coach Vanderwood did with his kids, and
he'll be the first to tell you that it's not just him, it's his whole coaching staff, and you know that as well. It's the whole coaching staff, and these guys buy in to the program. I mean, it was, when Meyer got hurt, he's Ohio State commit, one of your best returners on this team. He goes down, it's easy to just, pack it in and say, okay, we're done for the year.
Yeah.
There's no chance. They battled back, and they said, no, we're still, we still have a target on our back. We're still the defending 2A state champions. We're going to go down there and make somebody beat us for it, and that's exactly what happened today.
Yeah, and it happens. I mean,
what
they've done is remarkable. And again, congrats to Providence. But in Coach Vanderwood and the staff, we'll have Illiana Christian back again. They'll be ready to go, and they'll reload and and rebuild and find a way to get back down here. That's what they do.
Well, it has been an honor for us to be able to – we're going to wait and find out who the winner of the Mental Attitude Award will be, because that is still to be awarded, just in case there happens to be one from Illiana, or the winner comes from Illiana. So usually they pick a senior. And I got to look real quick here. Beg your pardon. We do have award winners we're going to name here in just a little bit as well. So I'm going to have Doug kind of start thinking about that and working on that because he's the man. Trying to look and see here. It is the Bob Gardner, Phil Gardner, and L.V. Phillips Mental Attitude Award that's going to be given to a senior player in this game here today. And the winner is going to have a $1,000 check that will be given to the school. So we will wait for that announcement here. As
it's given to the school, Zach, not for your pork tenderloin problem. Relax over there. His ears perked up. He thought it was an open tab or something.
Oh, poor Zach. Oh, see, he's already looking up food.
I told you.
He's trying to figure out what he's going to eat in between games here. We will have the Lake Central State Championship game on the Region Sports Network as well coming up in a little bit. We'll try to get you the official start time. It's probably going to be delayed a little bit because we are exactly 1 hour from first pitch, and obviously there's going to be some announcements. They're going to introduce all the players and give them all their, their ribbons and stuff and their necklace, or the medals is what I'm trying to say. Both the runners-up and state champions will get those, so probably a little after 8 o'clock Central Time would be my guess, because teams still have to warm up as well. So we're awaiting the winner of the Mental Attitude Award. So they are announcing that they will award a $1,000 scholarship to the school for the player that wins. So that money can go to a scholarship for, I guess, really anybody at the school. Goes into a scholarship fund. All right, so not an Illiana Christian player, unfortunately, but it typically goes to the winning team, but there have been times where it will go to the team that is the runner-up, so we wanted to see if it would happen for Illiana Christian a little bit. But, Coach, let's go ahead, and are you ready for our award winners, or Zach, do we want to take a quick commercial break first and then come back?
I'm ready if you want to go.
It's up to you. We'll stay here. We'll go ahead and get these awards taken care of. All right, we will name the Crow Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. They are proud to recognize the superheroes on the baseball diamond.
Again, this isn't, since it is the state finals and it's a culmination of everything, we're going to go with the superhero is going to be Isaac Vanderwood for his career, for the run that he's had. And I know he was 0 for 3 today, and, he wishes that things would have gone differently. But Isaac Vanderwood, I think, again, as you mentioned, how highly his teammates speak of him. He's going on to play Division I baseball and the run, playing in the North-South All-Star game. I think he is a perfect candidate for that.
All right,
today.
Excellent. I like it. Let's go ahead and name our Boilermakers Local 374 blue-collar player of the game. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374.
We went with Tanner Post, the lefty starting pitcher for Illiana Christian. Again, probably didn't have his best stuff, but he battled. He was a bulldog. He found ways to get outs. He can't control the fielding behind him, all the errors that were made, but he did his job and kept Illiana Christian in the game for quite a long time. So
yeah, he was absolutely phenomenal, really out there. Yeah, things didn't go his way the way he probably wanted it to, and we saw signs of frustration, but he battled and he just did exceptional work out there and really kind of kept this game within shouting distance for a while, and then unfortunately the floodgates just kind of opened up late in the game, and but got to just give him credit for how hard he battled today.
Yeah, he did his part. He did, but his job, and one of the things we talk about is control the controllables.
Yep.
He did his job. Other than that, you can't control it. So again, that's why he's our award winner for today.
All right, let's go with our Proud Union Home play of the game, presented by the Region Sports Network. Bear with me 1 second. If you are a trade union representative and are interested in sponsoring the Proud Union Home play of the game, please call Chris Ramirez at 219-588-1984.
I'm ready?
Yep, let's
Blue
go.
collar, our player of the game. I went with
play of the game.
Play of the game. Fifth inning, when Illiana Christian picked off the kid at first base.
Yeah.
He was picked off. Gavin Jackson was picked off, and at the time, it felt like it could be a momentum thing. Illiana Christian never really took advantage of it, but at the time, it felt like it was something that could have shifted the energy of the game, and so that's why we went with that play.
Yeah, I agree, because it was a strikeout, but it was a drop third strike, which allowed the runner to get on it. We were just thinking, like, oh my gosh, like even the strikeouts are getting on base.
Yeah.
And then he gets the pickoff to end to get the out, and that's a good call on that part. Well, we've had Zach Miller as our production guy today. You talk about some of the best hands in the business. He works all the dials, works on replays, does a phenomenal job. taking care of us up here, just like the Bricklayers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. Join Bricklayers Local 4 and start building your career today. Visit baclocal4.org to find out more. Also, the master of eating food. So, he'll
and not sharing.
That's why he got the best hands. He keeps them to himself.
Evidently.
Keeps his hands to himself. All right. Coach, I will say it's been an honor to work with you today. We got one more today for this double header. Our executive producer is Chris Ramirez. Our operations manager is Rich Castillo. Our coordinating producer and our on-site producer is Zach Miller. Our sports director is Mike DeWan. Like I said, Coach, always a pleasure to work with you. Coach Doug Nelson, and I'm Michael Bradner. Big thanks to Jeff Vanderwood of Illiana, Trey Watson of Providence for helping us get prepped for today's game. Darren DeBoer is the AD at Illiana Christian. Thank you for everything. And then Ted Leeser over at Providence. And, of course, you, the viewers, on the IHSAA Champions Network, on Facebook, wherever, all the places we're at. Thank you for tuning in. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. So thank you very much. We'll come back in a little while. We'll post the start time when we have it for the start of the Lake Central 4A State Championship game. Should be a good one against Mooresville. Coach, to my knowledge, that is going to be the final athletic event of the 2023-2024 calendar year. So it should be a fun way to cap off a fun season here on the Region Sports Network.
Yeah, it's been a memorable one. We were down here for girls basketball for Lake Central, right? That was a good one.
Yep,
and we're here for here. So
and we've had guys down here for football, or Crown Point football as well. So
and wrestling. And
we've got one more to go, so we'll have that for you on the other side. We'll give you the start time in just a little while. You've been watching the 2A State Championship right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.